Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, Dustin Fox, Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell, plus, ba-da-da-da-da, you're loving him, Mikey McNuggets. And so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show starts now. Booyah!
Hey, happy Monday, I think.
Is it?
I think. If you're a Guardians fan, it is.
Yeah. Otherwise,
if you're a Browns fan, they are who we thought they were.
Yeah.
That's
we let
exactly
them off
what
the
we
hook.
see.
Well,
Boy, I think I read this right. Burrow out until like basically week 15,
I mean,
16.
he might.
Is that,
who knows? He might be out the season.
I put it on the collection plate. McNuggets was putting the collection plate for Bull. I put it on it. Like,
all right.
For that counseling.
That's life. It's life in the NFL. What are you going to do?
Fault,
It is, man. Just another one for him. The Browns. Oh, my goodness. I don't even know where to begin. Let's just start.
Yeah, we're going to dive right into it. We got a jam-packed show. We start today with the word from BetterHelp. Today's show sponsored by BetterHelp. We all turn to some funny places for advice, your barista, your barber, maybe even a random stranger in the bathroom. But not everyone is the right one when it comes to real support. That's why BetterHelp is here with over 30,000 licensed therapists and more than 10 years of experience. BetterHelp helps you find your right match, someone clinically trained and credentialed to guide you through life's challenges. So if you're a Browns fan that needs a little therapy right now, consider giving BetterHelp your business as the largest online therapy provider in the world. BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp, and right now UCSS listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/LockedOn. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOn. We'll dive into all the topics, but first, as we do every Monday, some instant shotgun reactions around the horn. 90 seconds, Bull, you're up first.
Yeah, it's just an absolutely pathetic performance by the offense. They were disgusting. Joe Flacco was absolutely horrendous in this game. Nobody played particularly well on the offense. I thought it was good to see Judkins out there. I got high hope for the three rookies that have played, the two running backs and the tight end. Outside of that, the offensive line is old and slow. The quarterback is old and slow. The wide receivers can't hold on to the ball. It's just all kinds of ugly. And you know what? I'm sick. I'm not ready to, fire anybody after 2 weeks. That's just silly. But I'm sick of, there's no more passes. I don't want to hear that, like, no matter how bad the Browns are, everybody gets a pass. Enough passes have been given. There's always an excuse. We don't have a quarterback. We don't have this. Well, the organization has failed. The organization has failed from top to bottom. They think they're smarter than everybody else. In fact, they're dumber. They're dumber than everybody else. It's just a terrible organization, top to bottom. There's blame to go around, and heads may have to roll depending on how the season goes. And I don't care what my prediction was. I don't care about what did you expect. I expect the team not to suck every single year, and pretty much they do. And the offense in particular, which is supposed to be this head coach's forte, has been horrible for a number of years now. That's got to change at some point this year. Got to change. And I would start with the quarterback. I'd make a change at quarterback. Guys?
Hey, listen, I'll go ahead. I'll step up second. I think this is a expansion team. They are 30 years into this game, still an expansion team. When you take a look at what they are, Bull hit it right on the head. The offensive line, nasty work. Quarterback is old. It looks like 2023 looked like 10 years ago. And that's the way it happens when you get older. The part that's most disappointing is the Baltimore Ravens, if you guys watched that football game, they didn't expend a lot of energy. They didn't expend anything. They didn't do anything crazy. Matter of fact, they didn't even play that well in the red zone. They could have had 50 points. And matter of fact, we got one of our touchdowns because it hit one of the defenders in the hands and it popped up, and the guy said to Tillman Carter, it should have been 41-3, real talk. So, but when you look at this, I can't take nothing away from it. The offense looks like a JV game on Tuesday with soccer and lacrosse players. And we play football. I mean, this turnaround, the offense is so nasty. It's like, go to that old parked car over there and just come back to the football and I'll throw it to you.
To the rust mark.
To the rust mark right there, man. Make that out right over there by that pine tree. It's that bad. I couldn't find it. Nobody was open. When they are open, they can't catch the ball. And to be specific about it, it's a shame. Because the defense and Myles Garrett at points in time were dominant. But anytime you play defense and you can't get off the field and these guys consistently can't put up any points, it becomes a depressing situation. And I really think that, like, right now, we've been here 30 years, 25 years, whatever it is, and we're to the point. We're still an expansion team.
Jason?
No, go ahead, Jay. I want to go. I want to hear.
Okay.
Just get all the emotion out. Just
Yeah,
get it all out.
let's shoot it out. I don't know. I didn't even really want to dive into research for this game. A lot of times I'm like, let me see what I can pull out of this. I don't remember a game in which the team that lost by 24 outgained their opponent by 100 yards. I don't know that's ever happened in the history of the National Football League. I could have found out. There were a couple people I could have reached out to that would have told me in minutes. Jay, you probably have people that you work with that could look that up. Think about that. We outgained the Baltimore Ravens by 100 yards.
I actually had a player tell me that in the locker room. Like,
how does that happen?
I mean, that's a little misleading.
Jay,
No, it's not. No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
No, it's
that
not.
last
I'm
drive
going to
is
explain
meaningless.
it to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to explain it to you.
Still.
Jay,
They-
through
they-
2 games, real quick, they
Yeah,
outgained
I
their
know,
opponents
both times.
by 266 yards.
And they're 0-2.
Yes.
So, here's how that happens. You gave the opposition 21 points,
Yes.
and all they had to do to get those 21 points was amass 31 offensive yards.
Fumble return for the touchdown.
There's
short,
7.
Short field turnovers, block punt.
Yeah,
Like,
so
that's-
6 yards and 25 yards.
Yeah.
So you told the offense of the other team, which was held in check probably as much as that offense will be in check this year. They had 240 yards.
To your point, real quick, I thought this was really telling. When the Baltimore loses the touchdown, right?
Yeah.
And the ball's at the half-yard line, what'd they do on first down? They threw the ball.
Yeah, they did.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, it tells you everything you need to know.
They threw the ball on first and goal from the half-yard line,
Yep.
Which was
incomplete.
stupid, right?
Derrick Henry, you're going to give the ball to that guy 3 times
But
and he's
that
going to
tells
get
you
the
what
half
they-
That's still
yard.
stupid.
But that tells you what they think about the
No, they don't-
Browns defense. The
It
interior
was still
defense.
stupid. I don't care what it was
It may have
stupid.
been, but when you look at what he had done, he had what? I think he finished with 11 carries for 21
He did
yards.
nothing.
You are not going to bottle up this offense the way the Browns defense bottled them up yesterday. I mean, let's just put it to the test. I'm telling you right now, I believe that the Baltimore Ravens will have plus 240 in every game they play this year. The Browns defense, it's always this way with Cleveland. This defense is a good defense. I mean, through 2 weeks, they look very, very good. There's obviously things they can clean up. But when you take a team like the Baltimore Ravens and you hold them to 240 yards and you gift them 21 points, you have 0% chance of winning. 0. And I know the last drive was garbage yards. But my point here is this is a culture where mistakes are tolerated. They just are. Why? Because they keep happening. They happen one after another, drop passes, fumbles, interceptions, block punts. It is a culture that is rife for mistakes. And that goes to the coaching staff, to your point, Bull. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. You are the head coach of a football team. It all stops with you. I don't want to hear any, hey, this happened and that happened, and we got this quarterback that's just an anchor drain on our salary, and we can't get offensive linemen. By the way, the offense, there are bright spots on the offense. I think the 2 tight ends, I think Judkins and the stiff arm he had, was it Marlon Humphrey? Who did he stiff arm?
It was Humphrey.
That was a thing of beauty.
It was.
I'm more encouraged now than ever that this guy's going to be the real deal. He looked phenomenal. He averaged 6 yards a carry. I know it was a small sample size. When he gets in shape, I do think that we've got something there. But this is a combination for digging your own grave. Old, slow, battered offensive line, old, slow quarterback. Bull, I'm with you. It's Dylan Gabriel time. If we're going to suck, let's figure out what we have.
That's
All
right.
right, here's the only thing I'll say, and then we can get into it. The outrage, all of the outrage that you guys feel now was due last year, because last year was the last window of contention. You knew they were going to suck.
Yeah.
We said all summer they were going to suck. Guess what?
They
suck.
We had the outrage last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, but that's what I'm saying. The time for anger and the outrage of how incompetent this organization is was last year when they were trying to win and
Go
they
back
went
and
3
watch
and 14.
any one of our shows last Monday.
But I'm
From last
saying,
year.
like,
There was plenty of outrage.
But we said all summer, this is not a good football team. Well, now you're in the fire. And now you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this isn't a good football. Guess what? You knew it wasn't going to be a good
No, I
football
don't think
team.
anybody's saying we can't. I said they are who we thought they
Yeah,
were going to be.
they're not a good team.
Everybody expected this. But
Particularly on the offensive
it's
side of the
different
ball.
When you see, here's what we didn't expect. I didn't expect the 2023 defense to crash the party.
Well,
and after you see that, Jay,
they've still got major issues in the secondary.
Oh, listen, I even
issues
said
in the
they've got some
secondary.
things they have to clean up. By and large, this defense has played
Absolutely.
two really
Yes.
good games.
But, okay, so you have a 40-year-old quarterback who can't move and 2 rookies backing him up. You have a left tackle that is a swinging gate, and you have receivers that are dropping the ball.
Well, don't forget, you have old, tired
You
linemen
had
in
the
there,
worst
too.
offense of the league last year. They traded down from 2 to 5, and they took defensive players with their top 2 picks.
Absolutely.
What did you think it was going to be?
So there's no accountability?
That's not the point.
Yeah.
That's the
What
point.
is the point?
Well, the point is
Yes.
someone's got it.
The
Someone's
point
got
is
it.
they have to clean up the mess. They tried winning
They
last year.
created the mess.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So do you trust the people that created the mess to clean up the mess? That's been my point all along. Everybody has
Which
said,
is
no,
why I
Stefanski
said
and Barry
if-
have a pass.
Which is at the end.
No,
of,
they don't.
At the end of last season, I said, if you want to fire him, fire him. I'm not going to defend it
Right.
anymore.
You
I
can't.
wouldn't. But the time to fire everybody was last year. When you
Yeah.
go 3-14, when you have a 7-year contention
I'm
window
with you.
where you're trying to win for 7 years and you have a losing record
Yeah.
and you win 1 playoff game in 7 years, if you want to fire them all, you should have fired them last
the
year.
door.
It doesn't make any sense. Why fire them now?
Yeah.
You knew they were going to be bad and they're
Because I
bad.
don't
Why would you
trust
fire
the
them
people
now?
that broke it to
Then you
fix
should have
it.
fired them last year.
Should have, but when
Because-
did they ever get that right?
But because at certain points in times you can look in hindsight and retrospect and say, well, I should have did something last year. Well, you got an opportunity to do it now.
They brought a kicker back that we all knew was no good, and then they cut him before the season started.
You know what the truth is? That the only way to save the Browns is, like, they could fire Stefanski, they could fire Andrew Berry. Odds are with Jimmy Haslam making a decision, they'll replace him with the wrong people.
That's it. That's it, Bull.
The only hope for the Browns is to get a once-in-a-generation quarterback. That's really the only hope.
yeah.
So I said
That's
right.
the only way.
Yeah.
Bad organizations, the Bengals, bad organization. Obviously, Burrow's hurt now, but the only reason that they've been contenders is because they found the once-in-a-generation quarterback who now can't stay healthy.
Which really, there was a lot of luck in that, too.
Of
When
course.
it matched up that they
Of
had the
course.
one pick, they got a generational
But that was it.
quarterback.
Zach Taylor's not a good coach.
No.
Their front office stinks.
Yes.
Their owner stinks. That's the only Browns hope. The Browns are
can't
like the
luck into it.
Bengals.
Yeah.
They have this terrible
Well, they
owner,
drafted a
terrible
franchise
front office.
quarterback and 2 great receivers. They got something right. They got
Well-
more right than the Browns
Well,
got.
Yeah.
the drafting of Joe Burrow, though, like that was the no-brainer of the last decade. He
They
fell
still
in
got
their
it.
lap.
Okay,
and
but they
the
still got it
timing was
right.
perfect.
Watch this.
We've had other generation that you thought was and wasn't.
Oh,
Trevor
yeah.
Lawrence was supposed to be.
Oh no! You had an opportunity to get two game changers, and they beat the brakes off of you. One is Lamar Jackson, one is Josh Allen, and guess what? Even the guy you took and decided wasn't no good or worth the bread is better than what you got now. So you've made your decisions, you've brought those guys in, and yes, it takes some luck. But the evaluation portion, the Cleveland Browns never do a good job of doing it because they don't have anything on offense.
And Bull, I'll go because we keep taking a rung up the ladder. Like, okay, coach, general manager, owner. The reason this is a washing machine that we just keep getting spun around in is because at the very top, at the tippy tip top,
Paul DeBatista.
no.
Oh.
I mean, we know who's at the
Yeah.
tippy tip top. Paul DePodesta, by the way, is one rung down.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing.
But the owner,
He's trying to push my button.
I am.
the owner is a clown show.
To your point, the guy at the very, very top, the guy and lady at the very, very top,
Yeah.
I have 0% faith in.
Yeah.
None.
That they
Yeah.
will get all of these rungs right. So, Bull, yes, although the quarterback is really, in the grand scheme of things, the most important piece to the whole puzzle,
Yeah.
I would argue that the owner circumvents all of that.
Which is why-
Because he's going to pick the wrong guy here, the wrong guy here, the wrong guy here, which means the likelihood of getting the right guy here at quarterback
is less.
highly unlikely because
Right.
he screwed this up, this up, this up, and this up, and they always get it wrong.
And they need to have a fall in the lap situation like with Burrow, which doesn't look obvious right now.
or he can
Yeah.
sell the team.
That ain't happening.
Which is why when my buddies told me over a decade ago, quit them because he'll never sell the team.
Nope.
And one day his son-in-law will run this.
Yep.
And it's always going to be the same thing.
Yep.
And I laughed in their face and I go, no, we're going to get it right. I mean, it's a cycle. There's 32 teams. And he goes, okay, by your rules, we've almost gone through that cycle a full 2 times. You guys have never even been in the top 2.
I feel
So
like
how
Jay.
do you think you're going
I
to get
feel
it
like
right?
Jay right now. We're seeing him try to break out of Stockholm syndrome.
I've been trying to do that for 5 years.
He's like this every Monday.
Every Monday. And you know what? The bad thing is, do you know how we've all had these watershed moments where in our life we look back at a crossroad and we say, and it takes us a while. Some of us never get there. But usually, if you get there, you say, oh my God, all the signs were flashing. How'd I miss it? That's where I am with this team. I literally have given up that they'll ever be worth anything.
And you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Let's join hands because I feel we
Joining
come
hands.
around.
Jason's
Yeah,
going to come up
kumbaya.
to hold his
Hey,
wrist.
listen.
Kumbaya.
He wants
Kumbaya.
to
Put
hold
my
it.
coffee.
All right, we're going to hold hands.
Here's
We're
what-
going to hold hands.
Lead it, G. Bush.
Come on.
Thank you, Lord, for giving us this opportunity to come on one page and one accord to decide that the Cleveland Browns are finished forever.
Speak it. Speak it.
Thank you for our fans
Speak
of
it.
UCSS, and thank you so much
Speak it.
for those who really, truly care about wins and losses, and we do this in your name. Amen.
Speak it, brother. I'm free. I'm free at last.
Jay dancing in the pulpit.
We'll see if it works.
That's the first
next
time
week.
Bulls have
Guys,
prayed.
Wait. Can I just say?
That was my first time
he
praying,
wore
yes.
He wore this white Canadian tuxedo for that moment. You
Yes,
know
so I
what?
can get that
Here's what
off.
I had an epiphany. He is my guardian angel, my salvation,
Right.
dressed in white, coming to save me.
There it is.
Thank you, G. Bush.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Guys, let's see if Dylan Gabriel or Shador Sanders might be able to save the Browns. We're going to dive into the quarterback position after a reminder that Upside is a proud sponsor of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. If you're still paying full price for gas, what are you doing? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the Upside app in the App Store or on Google Play and start earning cash at the pump today. Use our limited time promo code TOUCHDOWN to get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already need. At first, I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Real people are getting paid just to make their daily commutes, and you can too. Plus, you can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon or other brands. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app today using limited time promo code TOUCHDOWN for a limited time 25 cent per gallon bonus. That is promo code TOUCHDOWN. Offers vary by location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. Let's dig into the quarterback position a little deeper. It was not a good performance from Joe Flacco yesterday. He had a mind-boggling interception. He was 0 for 5 on throws out of the pocket and was eventually benched in favor of Dylan Gabriel very late in the game. Jason, I'll let you start with this one. Should the Browns make the change at quarterback now, or are you running it back with Flacco against the Packers next week?
You want to throw Dylan Gabriel against Micah Parsons?
Yeah,
and the Packers?
exactly.
No, it's
Dylan
not. I don't-
Gabriel was even saying, let's wait a week.
Yeah, no. It's coming. It may be faster than we all
It
anticipated.
may come just in the second quarter.
I mean, the Packers may decide for him if they get a clean shot on Flacco.
That's what I mean.
But as of right now, I wouldn't make the move yet. I kind of, after the Pittsburgh, because we've talked about this all summer. Where in the schedule is the break where it feels okay to put a third-round rookie quarterback in? At home against the Packers? No. The Lions? No. London? No. At Pittsburgh? You want to throw a third-round rookie in at Pittsburgh for his first start? No. So it kind of feels like after you get through that might be the time. So as of now,
I don't know he'll be healthy by then.
Flacco? He may not. He may not survive.
I don't know how that happens.
He may not survive.
Our offensive line has retired.
Well, yeah. I mean, there is so much we could talk about. I'm trying to stay on Mike's timeline with this. So I'll stick to just the question at hand. Is it time for the Browns to consider a change at quarterback? I don't think yet. But again, guys, this is why I kept saying all summer, and you guys kept yelling at me, why are you playing a 40-year-old quarterback? What is the point? What are you trying to get out of this? Why are they doing this? Well, here you go. You're playing a 40-year-old quarterback who can't move, who can't defend himself. The Ravens are dropping 7 into coverage and saying, all right, Joe, what are you going to do? What's Joe going to do? Nothing. Like, that's why there's nobody open. The Ravens weren't even blitzing yesterday. And part of it is the offensive line. DeJuan Jones, this is a major opportunity for DeJuan Jones to make himself a lot of money and prove to the Browns he can be a franchise left tackle. He's 0 for 2. He's had 2 games to show it. He's not even close. And he's not the only one. But, you have backup tackles at both spots. The Ravens are sending 4 and getting there. And Joe can't defend himself, basically. He can't move. So there's nobody open downfield. What's the release valve in the NFL when nobody's open? The quarterback takes off and runs. You can't do that with him. What is the staple of the Browns offense? Rollouts, bootlegs. You can't do that with him. You can't move the pocket with him. He's a statue back there.
That's why the time to make the change is now.
Well, okay,
I
but
mean, are we going to roll this out against Green Bay and expect different results?
it's not going to be a different result.
Of course not.
But
You've said it. Many in the media have said it. 2025 is an exploratory season.
Yeah.
Forget the fun 3 hours on Sunday. It's going to be torture week in and week out. We have one mission. We have one goal. Who's our quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't think I'd get here this soon. I didn't think the offensive line would be this bad.
Yeah, it's
they
bad
have
right now.
really disappointed.
Well, yeah.
Really disappointed. And you know what? I don't know that it's fair to ask Dylan Gabriel to go out in the
It's
NFL
not.
and try to perform with that as his armor.
he can at least move a little bit.
He can move. That's why the time to do it is now.
I'm not going to give the tackles are the biggest problem right now, but even inside, I think Wyatt gave up a sack too yesterday.
Pochich wasn't that good last year.
Yeah, he wasn't. He struggled.
Yeah.
No one looked good on the offensive line. I
Yeah.
mean, if can anybody make an argument for any of the players that played on the offensive line yesterday
No.
that they played well?
Bull, you're going to make the change, ain't you? I tell you, I would make – here's why I would make the change. I agree with some of what Sean said. The true value of figuring out whether somebody else is ready to go or not, you don't find that out, and you don't give them any type of pat on the back by being a backup quarterback holding the clipboard. You find out about two rookies by putting them in the game.
That's it.
You throw them in the game. You figure out what they got. If it's me, you put them in. My thing is, if you're going to put Dylan Gabriel in the game at the end of the game and let him play, if you're not going to make the change the next week, don't put him in the game. If Myles Garrett got to continue to go out there and rush the passer when you're down by 40 or something,
why is your quarterback?
Joe Flacco, why are you coming off?
Well, it's an opportunity to give a young guy his first reps in a non-pressure situation.
Yes, so now he got him, and now we're going to accelerate that game plan. Because Jay is right. The acceleration has happened. That's the thing about what football does. You can prognosticate all you want, but what happens when you actually see the games and they actually count? Then you're like, oh, we can't do this. This is bad. So look, give him the opportunity, send Dylan Gabriel out there and see what he can do. The game is at home. You got a week to prepare for it. Dylan Gabriel is already almost 25 years old. He's the most experienced guy. You told me all this. You said you took him for a reason.
So let's see it.
It's not like he didn't get reps in the offseason. It's not like you didn't say he didn't learn the playbook, because he knows it, and he's played a lot of college. To be truthful, somebody asked me what's the difference between him and Tua, because they remind me of. I said the difference is Tua is only 2 years older than him and has been in the league 6 years.
Yeah.
He's already 25 and almost. So go ahead and put him out there, because at the end of the day, Joe Flacco playing, that was not. He was stuck in the mud. Remember on Scooby-Doo when they used to be running from the monsters and they'd be moving their feet but not going nowhere? That's how it was. They can't run nothing with this offense. And by the way, it opens you up, Kevin. It gives you an opportunity to either move the pocket a little bit, do some things, because you actually got guys that don't have their Buckeye card and get 20% off at Denny's on Friday.
The Cleveland Browns have opened as a 9-point home underdog. Think about how bad you have to be to be a 9-point home underdog in week 3.
I'd take that all day, too.
Even more than that, they opened at 8.5 this morning.
Oh, did they?
It's gone up to
It's gone
9,
up
which
to
means
9.
people are
Yeah,
hammering
okay.
the Packers.
So here's the
it's gonna
thing.
Continue to go up, because
First
I
of
take
all,
that bet all day long.
I'm going to say something. Jason was right. Something I
God, I love when you say that.
Something I disagreed
say that
with.
again? I didn't
Well,
hear
he's
it.
right and he's wrong here.
Okay.
He's right
Focus on the right.
on something he said all offseason. We all gave him crap about it, and he was right. Kenny Pickett should have been the starter for this team. Now, Kenny Pickett sucks and would have fallen on his face just like Flacco has, but at least he can move. At least he's not a statue. The Browns should have, Jay, to your point about their offensive line, the Browns should have known that their offensive line was going to be bad.
all the signs are
They
there.
they should have known it. Maybe we should have known it was going to be this bad, and maybe we were kidding ourselves. That being said,
I do think if they had competent tackle play, a lot of it would look better. They don't have competent tackle play right
But
now.
that's,
No,
of
no,
course,
no,
you can say that
no.
about any bad
Well, yeah, I
offensive
know.
line.
Right, and-
yeah.
if
right.
you're good at
The
tackle-
problem is the guys who are good are really old.
Yes.
The guys
Yes.
who are
And
so,
guess what?
they're
that's
declining.
why-
And they're
yeah.
not.
And they are.
And
Like
they're
Joe-
not great anymore.
No, Joe Batonio's still a good player, but he's not elite
No,
anymore.
and he's in the
not.
last year of his career.
That's right. And so, here's where I disagree with you. You say, well, I can't put him in against Green Bay. I can't put him in this game. Why not? He's not a first-round pick.
Correct.
Like, I got to throw him out there.
Stunt his growth.
What stunt his growth?
I think
most
they
third-round
believe-
picks don't end up being nothing as quarterbacks.
That's
No,
fair.
you're right, but
So-
that's what you're down to, though.
If he can't handle, if him getting his ass kicked by the Packers destroys his career, he was never going to be
But-
good
but
anyway.
part
it's
of
his
it-
first NFL. It would be his
So
first
what?
NFL start. That's so unfair.
You got to
So
have
what?
it at some time.
That's so unfair.
Cam Ward
part of
started
it's
week
not-
1 against the
Got it.
Broncos.
Wait,
Got it. But
Hold
that's
on,
just,
hold on.
It's
Cam
not
Ward
just
was
it's
number
the
one
Packers
overall
and then
pick.
the Lions and then the Vikings
So what?
and then the Steelers.
First of all,
like
the Lions' defense isn't really anything special, and the Vikings have looked terrible in the first 2
yeah, but
weeks.
it's in London. I just listen. If you want to throw him out there, it's
But what,
sort of like
Jay,
what,
what I don't understand is you're arguing with me, but you said he should play this week anyway.
I do, but you're saying if he doesn't do well, he's a
no,
bust.
no, that's not what I said.
What did you say?
I said
If he doesn't do well, he's not an NFL quarterback.
No, that's
anyhow.
not what I said. I said if he gets his ass kicked in this game and that ruins his
And he
career.
builds mentally.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
I'm not
agree with
saying
that.
I don't care. I expect him to play bad in this game. I'm not saying if he plays bad that says anything. I'm saying if he plays bad and he can never overcome that, then he was never going to be good. It's one game.
If he can never overcome that.
Right, that's all I'm
Correct.
saying. I'm not talking about
but then,
if he plays
Then we
bad.
go to your point.
Yeah.
Like, when does he get a break in the schedule?
Ain't no breaks in the NFL.
The
Don't we get that?
The NFL decided clearly
Hey.
that we're going to sink the Browns ship by the middle of October.
No. The Browns sunk the Browns ship.
Well,
the
yeah,
Browns,
I'm just saying,
they
with the
picked-
schedule that they gave them.
This the NFL.
I know it is,
it's
but
every single
yesterday
week,
the
Jay.
Bengals got Jacksonville.
But Jacksonville can beat the Browns. If you put Jacksonville on the schedule, they get smoked next week.
no. But Jay's point is Jacksonville versus this
Hey,
gauntlet. that-
give me Green
we,
Bay.
We said
Okay.
all summer it was murderer's row.
And
at
it
the
is.
start of the schedule.
It's a
exactly
tough,
what it
It's
is.
a tough schedule, but here's the thing. Like I said about the 30th anniversary, at some point, the woe is me got to stop.
Yeah.
The rest of these teams laugh at you and beat you up, and then you keep coming home. Like my mom told me, she said, "I don't believe you bringing the violence to nobody, but let me find out that you done been to school and somebody picking on you and you didn't do nothing. First of all, you gonna come home. I'm gonna deal with you. I'm gonna put you in the car and we're gonna trot you right back up to the school and we're gonna figure out what you gonna do. Now for the Cleveland Browns, at some point in time, put the boy in the game, young man, and let's cook. You got to figure it out.
I don't disagree with that.
Because
Let me ask
you
you this.
can't run and pick the point on the schedule where it's like, oh, this is an easy one. Ain't no easy ones. That's the great thing about the NFL.
But there are some that are easier than others.
on paper.
I know this wasn't on the schedule, and we're going to get to it eventually, but I'll just throw it out there right now. Someone texted me yesterday about the way this could unfold. And what they said was, and I just want quick reaction to it because it was intriguing to me. He said now he understands that report from week 1 that Shedeur Sanders won't see the field this year. The Browns know how bad their offensive line is, and they know that the absolute worst combination would be a quarterback notoriously holds the ball too long with this offensive line. So I said, so where do they go? Well, if the season unfolds the way he thinks it will, and Flacco will be gone soon, and who knows what's going to happen when we get to quarterback number 2, whether or not he stays healthy. He believes they'll go out and get a veteran quararback and bring someone in.
It would be a
Brady
mutiny.
Sanders in the
It
game.
would be crazy.
We got to see him at some point.
would
It
be
would be
insane.
mutiny.
See, what I said was I
will go
want to see
crazy.
that. Okay, let me see it with my own eyes.
That doesn't make any sense, though. Why would you play your 3rd-round pick behind this line, but not your 5th-round pick?
Because they've made he said that he now understands that report that came out. I guess it was week 1.
Shedor's not playing
Diane
because
Rossini.
Shedor's not playing because Shedor's not ready.
Yeah,
In
but
their-
it was
in their
also
view,
it
in
was
their
coupled
mind.
with the fact was that the Browns knew exactly what they had.
But
on
wouldn't that
offensive
prevent them
line.
from playing Dylan Gabriel, too?
No, I don't think so because his tendency is he's more mobile and he doesn't hold on to the ball too long. The combination of a terrible offensive line and a quarterback that holds the ball too long,
Here's the problem.
that
with
isn't going to end well.
He's gotta play
Here's the problem
at
with
some
that.
point,
The-
I think.
if you got a terrible offensive line and a 45 or 46 or 40, matter of fact, he might be 41, but he play like he's 60. You got a 60-year-old quarterback that can't move. Then how does that guy give you the best chance to win?
I'm not making special arrangements for late draft picks.
No.
Dylan Gabriel, get your ass in there.
There it is.
It doesn't work, Shedeur Sanders, get your ass in there.
Let's
go.
Figure it out.
Let's see.
And by the way, Kevin.
That would be it. I mean,
No. We're not going to do it.
It's unfair to say.
No. Kevin, you better start cooking. The evaluation is just not on rookies. The evaluation is on him. The evaluation is on the front office. I'm not giving you no pass to come out here and say, well, these guys weren't it. I keep telling y'all, what magical Casper the Friendly Ghost went out and said, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to play for the Browns. The Browns have either picked, coached up, or decided who was going to play. If the proof is on the field and it's 3 wins or no wins or 2 wins, I'm not going to sit up here and act like people came off the street and just said, hey, I'm going to play for the Browns today. You did it. You are here. Last year, you turned over that playbook after Deshaun Watson was done, right? You could have stood in the battle and coached up Jameis Winston and the rest of them. You handed the playbook over to Dorsey. There's no more scapegoats. There's nobody. Baker's gone. Chubb's gone. Odell is finished. All of the talk. Deshaun is on the sidelines. It is now upon you. Please figure it out, because a good coach gets guys to play. They don't have to wait on the savior in 26. You know what they can do? They can find plays for guys that's right down.
And by the way, again, way too early, but right now it looks like there's no savior in 26.
Oh.
Right now.
Oh.
Long way to go.
it is early. Yeah.
But right now there
early.
doesn't appear to be any obvious candidate.
Yeah.
You got to say it with your chest, though. Our quarterbacks in 26. Our quarterbacks in 26. Nah, boy. Arch Manning, Nussmeier, Cade Klubnik. Hey, bro, I seen your game against Georgia Tech. Nasty work, Cade. You were supposed to be the number 1 pick. Hey, listen, this segment is sponsored by Mr. Hero. We always looking for one. I can be your hero, baby. You just looking for one.
What did you eat this morning?
My breath away. Y'all been looking for one. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Let's hope something changes between now and the draft.
Yeah, let's hope Paul DePodesta is
long
gone
time.
before next draft. Okay, can we hope that?
We can.
that?
We can. But by the way, I don't think the Browns are going to make a change. Jason, you don't think they're going to make a change, right?
At what?
Quarterback. I don't think they will either.
No,
This week?
He already said so.
I don't think they will either.
He already said he
Well,
wasn't.
that didn't mean anything.
Well, I mean,
But no, I don't think they're making.
he was kind of definitive.
I do think it'll come.
Dysfunction.
I do think it'll come sooner than later, but it's not this week.
All right,
Yeah,
guys,
I
let's
agree.
get
I
into
don't think
our Week 2 rookie report. It's brought to us by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. With more football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes all in less than 60 seconds. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. We're going to talk about the defense. We'll talk a little bit more at the offensive line. We'll talk about the special teams catastrophe in a sec. But I want to dive into real quick our Week 2 rookie report. We saw Judkins make his debut. We saw Dylan Gabriel make his debut, along with the 4 rookies we talked about last week. But, G, what do you think about Quinshon Judkins? We'll start there with the running back who played a pretty significant amount of snaps despite only practicing 1 time since training camp.
You see. You see how he moving. See, this is what we call in the game fresh legs. He got fresh, youthful legs. That 6.1 average, it wasn't nothing much there. He just had he had them fresh legs. He was stiff arming people. When the rest of them was getting tackled in 2-3 steps, he has the ability to make a guy miss, stiff arm. He's tough to tackle. You could tell he was a little bit out of shape. The game shape is what we waiting for. But you got something there. When you got an offensive line that's not truly opening up and not road graders like that, and you still give him opportunity, and he makes guys miss, and he can give you those yards that other people wouldn't get when guys are in the backfield, you don't have any open holes. And I'm gonna tell you, this still hurts. This run game, and trust me, I know that, yes, I do agree that they done got older, that ship has sailed on in terms of them being up there being dominant. But listen, man, this is not the Bill Callahan run game, bro. One of the biggest things people don't get is Bill Callahan was the run game coordinator. When you are the run game coordinator, that means what scheme are we running? I'm teaching gap schemes. I'm teaching zones. I'm teaching the duo. I'm teaching the stretch steps. Not only I'm doing that, I control what the backfield steps are. Is it a hop step? Is it a back step? What is it, a draw step? He's doing all of those things. So one of the things that Kevin had the opportunity to do was say, I got AVP who's going to get with the quarterbacks, and we're going to work with that. I'm then I got Bill Callahan as the offensive run game coordinator. And now all I have to do is dial up some of my best stuffs and not really worry about what it is that they're doing. So I think that hurt them so much, because if you watch, the concepts ain't even the same. It's not, I don't see any outside zone. Even when I watch these other games, I'm seeing guys scheme open on just regular zone plays or toss plays where it forces the defensive lineman to stay gap integrity. You said it the other week, Jay. Make those defensive linemen have to stay in that gap, so when the gap follows, they at least got to move. Right now, the Cleveland Browns look like it's Metcalf up the middle.
What? Is Jerome Ford
Metcalf up the middle?
Jerome Ford a good pass, like a blitz protector? Is he good?
I don't.
Because I don't understand why he's playing if he's not.
Why is he playing?
Here was the snap count percentage-wise yesterday when Joe Flacco was in the game. Jerome Ford played 48% of the snaps. Judkins 26, Sampson 25. Now, I get why Judkins was only 26. It's his first game back. But why is Ford playing 48% of the snaps?
You just answered your own question.
Who do they have?
Why not play Sampson more?
I think Sampson got absolutely
Samson can't pass block.
Yes.
Yes.
Samson got blown up on blitz.
Yeah, Ford was on the field 13 of 17 third down plays with Flacco.
You'll see
well, that's why. I mean, of their options, he is their best pass blocker.
Judkins has had 2 NFL practices.
Yeah.
I know.
He didn't need many. He was clearly the best back.
I'm saying he had 2 practices. As this goes,
and that stiff
his
arm,
is going to go up
Marlon
and Ford's
Humphrey's
is going to
not
go
a
down.
joke. That stiff arm yesterday was man versus child. He threw him to the ground.
That is one thing, Bull, that you have to watch with Dylan Sampson, is the fact that now defenses are going to say, listen, we're going to bring, either you going to keep him in to block, we're going to make you keep him in. Because what they'll do is they'll put so many guys on the line of scrimmage where now the quarterback has to change the protection and the back has to block. Yeah. So now they're like, that's a matchup we want to attack. If he's in blocking, run him right into the left.
Well, then when Judkins is ready to go, I'm playing him 80% of the plays because I don't want to keep
him. He's our workhorse.
Yeah,
I think he will.
But he's our workhorse.
He's had literally 2 NFL practices.
I hear you. I'm just so sick of watching Ford out there. There's nothing there. It's
the big question, and we're going to probably scorecard this all year long. Sometimes it's not fair, but we will compare Henderson to Judkins. It's just a natural. It's natural.
Yeah.
Henderson yesterday,
I didn't even see
non-factor.
Okay.
Total non-factor. I think he had maybe 3 carries for 10 yards, 2 catches for maybe,
why would they only give him 3 carries?
Well, it's a great question. I don't know. They were in a ball game that didn't mandate they throw the ball all over the place.
I'll give you the snap. I'll give you the snap share in that game. We'll
I think he had 3 carries for 10 yards. He caught 2 passes.
So for the Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson had 65% of the snaps, including 9 of 12 on third down.
He's pretty good.
Travion had 29%. They had 5 plays inside the 10, and Travion was not on the field for any of them.
That's telling. It's very telling. And Mike, obviously Mike Vrabel loves him.
Yeah. Now, Ramondre Stevenson he didn't have a great year last year, but 2 years ago he was excellent.
He's a fine back, but I think the reason I bring that up is this guy has had 1 padded practice.
Right.
1. And he went out there yesterday, and obviously he's not in game shape, and your point is that's a good one. He's in shape. You can tell by looking at him.
He's in shape.
But you don't get into game shape at home.
Right.
You just don't. When he gets there, we found our stalwart back.
Probably.
He's gonna make us forget about Nick Chubb. I hope he does. But I just like how he runs angry. He runs downhill. He's very powerful lower half. And that stiff arm, I mean, I went back and looked at it 3 or 4 times. He literally knocked Humphrey off his feet. His feet were in the air. And he's had 1 padded practice in the NFL. This guy is going to be our answer at that position. I think we have a future star. You guys know what I think of him in Fannin. I think he played as well as he could have played yesterday.
Well, let's stick with Judkins for now, right? Mike, you want to keep him separate?
I don't know anybody can have anything negative to say about Judkins.
We can mix them all in.
Well, Jason hasn't commented on Judkins yet.
I mean, you guys covered it. There's nothing else to add. I was really impressed. Like I said, he hasn't played since spring.
Right.
And some of the guys I was talking to said he had a really good spring. Like, we were really excited to see him. It's unfortunate everything that transpired that took him away from them. And, yeah, to see what he did against that defense, I mean, granted, they lost one of their top linebackers, but to see what he did against that defense with literally 2 practices, yeah.
Does the league now step in this week because we have something with them and suspend them? Or
maybe ain't nothing coming.
I kind of interpreted the fact that he played yesterday as there's not going to be a suspension, but that's just my interpretation.
Sure.
I could be wrong on that.
Right, because
it's odd if you meet with the league, you let him play, and then you come back and suspend him.
He played 4 days later. Now, sometimes they don't dispense justice that quickly.
I would imagine.
And it would be just like the
but
NFL
it's not
to tomorrow come out and
but
say
it's not
3
like
games.
it's not like this just happened this week.
Yeah,
They've had
I know.
plenty of time to.
I know, but they finally got him in front of the commissioner or in front of whomever.
Yeah, fine, but they've had the evidence is out there.
So you believe there's no suspension coming?
That nobody's told me that. That's
No,
just
I know.
I'm
It's your
just
gut.
It's just me reading the room that if you met with the league and then you let the kid play, how can you come back and
right?
Why would you suspend him now?
They're not going to get any more information than they had prior to that.
Yeah.
So like they seen it.
Yeah,
I
hope you guys are right.
I could be totally wrong.
Because
they
it
could come
would be
out
just like
they
our
could come
luck
out
to now
today
lose
and
him
suspend him for
a
4
month.
games. I have no idea.
My bold prediction in the beginning of the year, which was not that bold, I guess, that Judkins would lead the team in rushing, is looking pretty good.
And mine was Gabriel will lead the team in passing.
Now-
he ain't even played yet, and it's looking pretty good.
Now,
too.
I do want to say this. Like, Kevin, listen. I know you're going through it right now, but bro, your best lineup is split backs. Dylan Sampson, Quinshawn Judkins, 2 tight ends, Fannin and Njoku and Judy and Tillman out there. You can run from that lineup. You got 2 tight ends. You can run play action.
Well, you can't have 6. You gave 6 guys there.
Did I give 6?
So you get 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, and 2 running backs.
Oh, we'll take Tillman out.
Yeah, take Tillman out.
Make sure.
You're right, though. I like that.
And now you
The 2 of your best route runners.
Little
and pass
22
catchers.
action.
Yeah, a little 22.
Yes.
There
Bring
it
it.
is.
Well,
2-2.
let's go to Fannin next. Jay, what'd you think of the Bowling Green kid?
Just love him. I love everything about him. I think he plays hard on every play. He blocks when he's asked to block, which is nice.
Caught all his targets.
He's just, I mean,
They should have gotten them the ball more.
I agree.
Yeah.
This is what was so Cleveland Browns. They come out, first 2 plays, boom, boom, tight end catches, we're moving the ball, here we go. Go away from it.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, what are we doing? These guys are big targets that can catch the football. I like our tight ends way more than I like our wide receivers.
Oh, yeah.
Way more.
They would play every play for me.
You know, I just realized
What's that?
again. This was I don't remember the numbers. 20 of the 28 receptions yesterday were to tight ends and running backs.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, our wide receivers are as bad as I've ever seen.
And the tight ends caught 9 of 10.
At
Njoku had
point,
1 incompletion.
Our number 1 receiver had more drops than catches.
Yeah, I know McDuck. Is that on the? I'll get to him.
What'd you think of Fan? What'd you guys think of Fan?
But Fannin, listen.
Do you guys love him as much as I love him?
If they can find a way, and I don't want to overstate this, if they can find a way to get him the routes that Kelsey and some of these other guys, Jason Witten get, where it's give him some option routes. Not, let's isolate him on guys. Like, he has a skill set. And Ross Tucker said exactly what I was saying last year. It was like when I
He's
first
great on the games, by the way.
I love that. That
Fantastic.
team.
Yeah, I like Ross.
Great.
I like
I
Ross.
hope we get them a lot.
Meanwhile, I don't know if anybody watched even a minute of the
I
Bengals-Jags
did.
game.
Yeah, you
it
said
was the worst broadcast team I've ever heard in a
Who
professional
was it?
game.
You know?
I don't know who the play-by-play guy is. Never heard of him before. The analyst was the guy who played linebacker for the Patriots. He just retired recently.
Nikovich.
No. Ryan. Maybe it wasn't.
Who cares?
Anyway,
Awful.
the Browns are going to be stuck with these guys at some point this season because they stink. When the Browns play a bad team, you're going to have these announcers. I was texting Aditi. I was like, oh my God, this is the worst broadcast team I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, go ahead.
Bull is crazier than me on Sundays than I am during the week in the YouTube rabbit hole. I mean, I bet you be texting all kind of stuff. You be hitting people up everywhere. But no, Fannin. Like,
Well, I got idiot friends of mine saying the Bengals should trade for Kirk Cousins. I'm like, why? What do you trade? Kirk Cousins for what? He ain't any better than Jake Browning. The Bengals season's over.
I had to give him a hug.
I mean,
I knew
maybe
he
it's
was
not
hurt.
over.
He
Pearl
was
come
hurt.
back, but whatever.
Do we need to hold
Trading
hands
for
again?
Kirk Cousins?
Do we need to hold hands
Bull,
again?
Sorry,
You
go
need a
ahead.
hug.
Back on Fannin.
Now, Fannin, I tell you what, if they give him them routes combinations, I think he can be a very special player. Like Ross Tucker said it, he said, he kind of runs stiff. He don't really be running like he's supposed to, but he don't be getting caught though. Like he has a.
It is unorthodox.
In the unorthodox game. I think people look at it and be like, man, he ain't that nice. And then you look up, he got 7-8 catches. You're like, dang, I guess he is pretty nice. And I like the fact that he combos well with Njoku, because now at this point, Njoku, he's just a guy that you want to get the ball in open space and be like, hey, can you tackle me? I don't think you can. That's the type. So, Kevin, you need them on the field at both times, because these are your two best pass catchers, which is sad, but you got to do something to get your best people on the field.
Absolutely.
We could combine the two defensive guys into one. Jason.
Wait, Jay, did you?
Well,
weigh in on
because
Fannin?
we haven't talked Samson either, so I was actually going to combine.
Oh yeah, go
yeah.
Samson.
I was going to
perfect.
combine Fannin and Samson.
Okay.
Perfect.
Because coming off the first game, I really wanted to see, and we had like a fence riders. I don't remember what it was. Something about Njoku and Fannin, and I took Njoku in the answer. I don't remember what the question was, but I just thought, okay, you got film on these guys now. Baltimore's defense is better than Cincinnati's, so let's see what they've got. And it's only one game, but the fact that Fannin still had a great game, I kind of soured a little bit on Samson.
I did too.
And it's not anything about him necessarily, just he's going to struggle in blitz protection.
Yep.
And the screen game just wasn't there. Baltimore was ready for it.
Yeah.
And I think they had the film of it from Cincinnati.
They just decided that's all they can do, so we're going to take it away.
Yeah, they knew it was coming. And it goes back to the fact that, for the most part, Baltimore sent 4, dropped 7. They were ready for the screens, all of that stuff.
Man, they was.
So I just think Dillon is going to struggle a little bit going forward. I hope I'm wrong, but of all the rookies, I was probably down on Dillon the most, and Fannin was as he was last week against Cincinnati, which I thought was a great sign.
Yeah, I'm not down on Samson. He's first of all, he's a 5th round pick. So like your expectations shouldn't be through the roof for him. I think there's a lot of promise, and I think if someday the Browns have a good offense with a good quarterback, I think Samson can be a valuable tool as a bit part, right?
If they had better receivers and they
Yeah.
had more threats on the outside,
Right.
it may make him.
He could still, but he's a
it could
5th round
make
pick.
him- right.
I gotta say, this is a way too early analysis, but it lines up with what I think a lot of us kind of thought before the season, and what I've seen so far, and what I think their promise is. The Browns potentially had 4 home runs in this draft.
I agree.
I was going to say, go ahead, finish.
I said that last week.
Because I think Judkins, Fannin, and Schlesinger and Graham.
Yep.
Like, if you told me, and again, I'm getting a little carried away, but I really believe this. If you told me 5 years from now that all 4 of those guys had at least 1 Pro Bowl, I would not be surprised.
So now, how are you going to fire this front office if they?
That makes it tricky.
If
You know why?
if they hit the draft that well.
Because a blind squirrel gets a nut.
I'm just saying.
If 1 in 7
Jason,
isn't good enough.
Jason, here's the thing. Pie in the sky, I don't really want to fire anybody, because I do believe in stability, and I think stability is good for an organization.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced. I definitely don't think. Now, the draft, I think, is going to be good. I still don't think overall track record, Berry's done terrible, but maybe he's turned a corner. I'm frustrated with Kevin Stefanski. I think he's gotten a pass to some degree.
He definitely has.
There's a lot that I like about Kevin Stefanski, but there's a lot I don't like about
That's
Kevin
fair.
Stefanski. So I'm not sure what the answer is. In a perfect world, you stick with what you got, and they're able to turn around with what they have. I don't know if we have a perfect world, but just right now, for the first time in a long time, and again, way too early.
Yeah.
You're excited about rookies.
I got 4 guys, and that Judd. We already named them. That I think the arrow is way up on all. Like, they probably got it right.
Which is
on
why
all 4 of those high draft picks.
I know we got to do the defensive guys.
Yeah.
And I was going to save this for the end.
Yeah, go ahead.
But that's why it's like the roster needs a lot of work.
A lot.
And you're not going to fix this in
Yeah.
one draft. But if they nailed the draft, like we think that they did, like it is appearing that they did, it makes it harder to make a change.
Yes.
When you know it's going to take multiple years to fix this. This is year 1 of a multiple-year process to fix the roster. Again, the outrage was last year. That was time. It was warranted, and we gave it to them. And it was fine. They were trying to win, and they went 3-14. They were trying to win. We thought they were a Super Bowl team. They went 3-14. That's over. Now you have to rebuild a 53-man roster. You don't do that overnight. The quarterback is the most important thing. Until they fix that, nothing else matters. But when you look at the draft class and when you look at all these hits, I think it makes it harder to say, okay, everybody's got to go.
I get that, but I can't give credit to the fireman who shows up with the truck and hose
And
to
sets
put
the
out
house on fire?
No, to put out the fire that he started.
That's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
set the house on fire,
Yeah,
and then they put it out.
Bro, you burned it down.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
No bonus points because you put out the fire. Because now you know what we need to do? If we have stopped the bleeding and we've put out the fire, now we got to rebuild the house.
Yeah.
And I just don't trust this crew. I don't.
But they're not thinking. This is why I keep preaching and keep saying, listen, guys, you look like you got some talent in places. This is why I don't understand why they don't want to play the two rookies. That is where it comes from, right? When these other teams make the decision, right? The Cleveland Browns seem to be in a position where they don't want to pull the trigger because they think they're going to play it conservative and just wait it out and hopefully they get lucky. No team waits it out and gets lucky. The Philadelphia Eagles, nobody thought Jalen Hurts was a Super Bowl quarterback when they drafted him. Nobody, not one person. They didn't. And you know what they said? I'm going to not only draft him. I know we missed on Carson Wentz. I know Foles we're going to draft him. And you know what? They got rewarded for it, right? Like, you have two quarterbacks. If you want to get out of purgatory, and the quickest way to turn everybody's mind around and say, listen, I got Shador Sanders and I got Dylan Gabriel. I got two of them. If I find a quarterback and I hit on one of those with the guys we just had, everybody would sit down and shut up because we would say, well, by golly, look what they done found right here. But if you play it conservative and you keep trotting out Joe Flacco, you're going to spoil all of the goodwill that you're getting with the other players.
By the way, if by some chance, and I'm not that optimistic, but if by some chance either of these quarterbacks turns out to be a good quarterback,
they're here forever.
then it could be one of an all-time draft.
Yeah.
Ain't that funny how it works?
Yeah.
Well, let's
You're
talk
not
about the
going to
two.
find out unless you play them.
Yeah.
Before we move on, let's talk about the two top picks. We haven't actually talked about them in this rookie report. Graham and Schlesinger both playing their first road games. Jay, we can combine them into one, but what do you think of the defensive
I
rookies?
thought Graham made a huge impact right away.
Yeah.
The first couple of plays.
Yeah, you did.
And then I didn't see a whole lot from him. He just kind of went away. His impact went away. Schlesinger, I didn't even look at the final box scores. Okay, so he had 5 tackles. That's not awful.
No.
In fact, that's more than I thought he had.
Yeah, no,
because I think he had the first 2.
I thought he played really well. But
Okay,
go
good. Because I could have missed. In all fairness, I said Mike Polk got married this weekend. He had a huge party that we all went to the Guardians game yesterday, and I was the idiot that wasn't living in the moment. I was watching the football game on my phone. So it's hard to pick
Shout
it
out to Polk and Stephanie, by the way.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah,
It was one of the best weddings I've been to. There were 350 people. It was beautiful. It was amazing.
Congratulations on all of your
they're
successes.
They're my favorite couple. They really are. I love those
Anything
two.
over 2, you got to go to the credit union for that.
Yeah, 2 of them. But so I didn't get to see all of that, but I was watching as much of it as I could, and then I went back and tried to fill in the gaps after I got home. So I'm glad to hear that he had that kind of impact all throughout the game. What was Schlesinger's tackle total?
5.
He had 5 as well.
Okay.
Same as the defensive tackle.
Yeah, I know. I guess it's better than I thought.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't feel a huge impact from either one. It's not like I was saying another play by Schlesinger. I just didn't see a ton of it. But, look, they're going against a professional team. A team that knows what they're doing.
Mason Graham, I call it. I got a friend who used to raise pit bulls, and he said he was always strange and weird. He used to be like, "Hey, G. Bush, man, look, I got a new pup. Got big paws on him, got good bones." I'm like, bro, you talk about a dog, bro. You called me at 4 in the afternoon for that. You ain't got no work, nowhere to go be at. But Mason Graham reminds me of a pup with some bones to him, right? He just, if you watch him come out, his jersey don't even fit well. His pants is loose. Look, he need a year to get up under Mason. I know you don't want to do this, but you need to get on you got it. You got the 5th round bag. You need to get on that Myles Garrett program. I know you was with Malik Collins. No. You need to get you on that Myles Garrett program. where you lifting them weights. I know it's crazy in the offseason. He be doing a lot. If he puts on 10 pounds, he still got that young guy arms.
Baby fat old
He's dropped weight.
He's dropped.
He's dropped from Michigan. He was a lot heavier at Michigan than he is now.
but he needs to train.
Now when he put that 10 pounds of muscle on, now it's going to be different because now they can't root him out of there. Now it's like I'm still quick because I'm twitchy. That's the thing I'll give him. He's twitchy when he goes from side to side. Guys, he be moving around. I'm like, okay. But now you need a place where you can't just double team me and move me out. I'm still quick. Now I got power behind me, so now I can make plays in the run game. When he get that part added to it, he gonna be nice. You know what I'm saying? But right now, the goal for him is what they have to hope for is I need 17 games from Schlesinger and him with no injuries, and they get 17 games of work. If they can get that, I'll take it as a win. I ain't greedy. I'm not greedy. I take that. Okay.
You're not Greedy Williams?
Shout out to Greedy. Me and Greedy got the same neck. I knew it was a problem for him. Like, for real. When he was like, they was like, Greedy is always on the list. I said, bro, when you get that type of neck injury, you permanently on the injured list. Everybody day to day.
Schlesinger, I didn't think really flashed that much yesterday.
Nope.
It's one game. I'm still really high on him. I thought Mason played well, and not just because I'm at his parents over the weekend.
Oh, nice.
There you go, plug.
Yeah.
Plug that. Shout out you.
Nice folks.
Yeah.
Nice folks.
Great.
Obviously, Mason took some shrapnel for our frustration with what the Browns did in the draft.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah. Well, and me.
You're going to quit?
Yeah,
You're going to quit?
Yeah,
And me too. We took it out on him a little bit, which was unfair. And we didn't really talk. And then after the draft, we barely ever talked about him.
Yeah.
And we're not going to talk about him that much because he's the defensive tackle.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think what he's done in the first two games is very promising.
Yeah.
I think he's looked really good.
It was funny because his parents were on my flights yesterday to and from Baltimore. I was on a 5 a.m. flight, 5:30 to Baltimore, and then 11:30 home. And they were on both legs. They're here. I actually met them. I ran into them in.
Do they live here?
No, they live in Hawaii.
Oh,
and they're here for the month. And I ran into them at Crocker Park actually on Friday and met them Friday. And then we found out we were on the same flight.
Look at you.
So we were hanging out all weekend together.
Yeah,
they were
that's
great.
awesome.
Al and Kim, they were awesome. They're hilarious.
Shout out to
They're
both.
really good. They watched the show.
Hey,
Very nice.
Hawaii
Very
is one
nice.
of the craziest places in the world to live. Like,
Because the time shift.
and the cost of living is
cost of living's crazy.
It's crazy.
Like,
it's
unbelievable.
It's so gorgeous.
Like a 900 square foot home's worth $1 million.
I remember when I was there.
Easy.
When I was in Hawaii for my honeymoon, I remember watching like football games, at like 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because it's 6 hours. There's 6 hours behind East.
Yeah.
Eastern time zone.
Mason's dad told me he watches the show at 5 in the morning. It's on at 5 a.m. in Hawaii.
Shout out to the
shout out-
Rams, man.
Shout out-
He's driving to work. When he's driving to work, he puts the
that's-
show
we
on.
appreciate it.
Dedication, man.
Shout out to
Dedication.
the Hawaii Browns backers.
That's right.
They've been showing love. They was getting haircuts in the barbershop before. There was even a UC Hawaii Browns backer. We appreciate you.
It really
bro.
is weird to think about, like, what comes out of this room is being consumed at the same time in Australia. We got our super fan there. that
India.
watches every
Shout out
day.
to David.
India, Hawaii. Like, that's crazy impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Browns have a following.
Yeah.
Man.
We all-
telling you, if they ever turn this thing around and become like a dominant powerhouse team.
Yeah, but the problem is, Jay, that a lot of the reason why the Browns are so popular is for people that are like in their late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, Jim Brown.
And because my dad was a Browns fan. I've
Yeah.
told the story before.
Yeah.
I knew a lot. When I was working on the Fan in New York, I would get a lot of old, because there's more transient people in New York than there is in Cleveland.
Yep.
I'd get people that would call me about all different teams all the time. But I was getting a lot of Browns calls from older callers when I was working in New York years ago. And I was like, at the time, I was like, why are there so many Browns fans? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And then I remember I remembered that my dad had said to me, like, when I was a kid, the Browns were the one team that was on TV all the time.
Sure.
So people became fans all over the country.
Like the Braves in baseball with the Superstation.
Exactly.
They are.
That's why they're so popular, and even from people that are not from Cleveland.
My fear is, you
Yeah.
said
Those
this
people are gonna
before,
die before this
we're
team's good.
losing generations
Yes.
of Browns fans because there's nothing to see.
Yes.
I don't think the young adults in their 20s when they have disposable income in 10 years, I don't know if they're going to buy Brown season tickets
Why would they?
unless they really
don't-
turn this around.
They don't have a connection to excitement and winning.
I said to my kids, so yesterday we had a 9 o'clock game. We clinched our division championship.
Okay,
Oh, nice. Congrats.
And I said to the kids, I said, who's going home to watch the Browns game? And there was like 2 kids that said yes.
Hey,
Really?
Out of 13.
Crazy.
And these are kids that play ball.
Guess
they
what?
like sports.
if you do this though,
You win.
if that jumps off, you got all the fans you need, Jay. You
better
can
win.
put them in a boat and bring them over. We have fans out the wazoo. They don't even got to watch football. All you got to do is put the wrist up.
All right,
Yeah, but
guys, let's
they
get
did
to
that
our
with Johnny Manziel too.
Let's get to our next topic.
It
This is
was
something
this.
that has to be discussed today. It's brought to us by FanDuel. The NFL season is almost here. FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet $5, and if that $5 bet hits, you get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. So if you're ready to play, download the FanDuel app right now by visiting FanDuel.com/UCSS to get started. That is FanDuel.com/UCSS to place your first $5 bet. All right, guys, we have to mention the special teams catastrophe that we have witnessed in the first 2 weeks for the Cleveland Browns. And the question I want to ask, and G. Bush, I'll ask you this one first, simply put. Through 2 games, it has been bad. It has been quite bad. It's been ugly. It's been anything but special. We talked about the hot seat that Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry might be on, but how hot is hot seat for Bubba Ventrone right now after what we've witnessed through 2 weeks and some of the downfalls in that position last year?
Man, it's white hot. Like, you know, when you watch these documentaries, the sun is like yellowish, right? But the hottest stars is like blue. It's like, yo, this star is super hot. His seat is like fluorescent blue. Like, first and foremost, who gets kicks blocked? Who in the NFL, who blocks punts? As a matter of fact, the NFL is so worried about giving these superstar quarterbacks the football back after a roughing the kicker, they just set the return up. Let me set the return up and let the ball bounce. We don't care. Give us the ball back. These dudes get kicks blocked like it's college. Who gets a punt blocked? Only with the Browns. It's only with the Browns. And guess what? And then you get our most valuable player hurt. Yes, our punter. You almost got the star punter ruined.
Oh, he's playing hurt. He was hobbling.
He was hobbling.
He was limping.
They say, by the way, this has happened to the Browns before. Remember when the punter got injured, right? Last year, 2 years ago.
Remember, didn't the punter get kicked in the face by Antonio Brown?
Oh, that's going back.
That's going. He
That's
got
a while ago, but he got kicked in the face. I
But
think.
they don't carry that many punters on the roster, right? So then
one.
One. Yeah.
So guess what? Like, if he gets hurt, Stefanski over there begging him, like, hey dog, we need to punt a lot this game. You straight? Go in there and get shot up.
He's like-
how does the punter get shot up?
He's like,
and go
Schmidt can't even kick a field goal. I can't expect him to punt.
He literally is our MVP, though.
He's
He's probably our best player at any position except Myles Garrett.
No, Denzel.
I mean, is Denzel top 3? He might be.
My brother was mad at Denzel Ward. He said,
Why, for cramping up?
He said, hey, listen, Denzel, we give him 4 games off a year. Denzel read the room early against the Ravens.
He's like, I'm out. That's one.
He was cramping up and stretching.
I know. I said, bro. He said, all you got to do is drink some water during the week. He was like, what would you go out? Why did you go out the game? He sprained his earlobes. I said, what? I said, you sprained his
said that, your
earlobe,
brother?
I said, you funny, bro. He's like, yeah, he took this one out, bro. He's like, he read the room. He said, it's the Ravens. They talk about they can't tackle Derrick Henry. He said, nah, I'm going to just go ahead and punt on this one, dog.
Brown special teams are a disaster. Bubba Ventrone, he's probably going to lose his job at the end of the year if he doesn't get turned around.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much you blame him for, like, the kicker can't kick, but their kicking was terrible last year. Their kicking's obviously Schmidt actually hit all his kicks, his 3 kicks, which is good.
Oh, I guess they should have cut him, right?
Yeah.
They should have.
I mean, he could still come out and miss his next thing.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get cocky yet. It wasn't like he had pressure kicks in that
What
game.
happened in Atlanta? Did they cut their kickers?
I don't think they cut him. I think they actually picked up another kicker. Have 2 kickers right
Hit
now.
all 5 of his kicks.
Yeah, the guy they brought in.
Yeah.
Did you see the post game where they didn't know who was? They asked him. The announcer, the sideline reporter, asked him about a play made by a defensive player, and there were 2 defensive players standing on either side of him, and he didn't know which one was which.
Well, why would he?
He just joined the team
one day.
and so they were introducing themselves in the post-game
Kind of
interview.
like the Browns. Joe Thomas said he once
That's right.
actually introduced himself to the starting quarterback
In the huddle.
In the huddle.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm your left tackle. I don't need your last name. You're not going to be here long.
I'm gonna call you 7.
Oh, yeah, right. Call him by your number.
We were all thrilled when they hired Bubba. I remember coming on
We
the
were.
show, and we were as excited
thought it
as
was a
any.
home
We
run.
thought it was a home run. He had led the Colts to the number
We
one.
should have
ranked
known
special
better,
teams
Mike.
unit.
We should. You can't trust. You can't trust a guy named Bubba.
I mean, this guy.
Bubba's a good dude. I like him.
I mean, this
I like
guy.
him.
trust him though.
He's a good dude.
He
Pull for him.
had Deontay Foreman returning kicks, man. A fullback.
Yeah.
Deontay Foreman. We talk about Kareem Hunt being on 3 wheels. This man was on a unicycle.
He never had 3 wheels.
Never. Deontay return. That's the guy returning your kicks. You miss field goals. You get a punt block. And by the way, when you get a punt block, it's almost worth
It's a 10-point
it's
swing.
a 10 to 12 because you like, dang, you hear that double hit, that it's a wrap because now you inside your territory wherever they're at.
It's not as punitive as a pick six. Like, you're giving the ball up anyhow, so you're not going to get points on that
It just
drive.
feels the momentum of a
It
punt
is. I mean,
block
momentum-wise,
yeah.
yes. It's just one of those plays that it takes all of the wind out of your sails.
I also have to clarify something because I got a bunch of tweets about this yesterday. People were tweeting at me saying, "Why wasn't that a roughing the kicker penalty?"
No, if you hit the ball,
if you
can
touch
do
the
whatever you want
ball,
to the kicker.
it
People
is
know
fair
that?
game.
That's
Nope.
astounding that someone
Yes,
would not
if
know
you
that.
touch the
Stabbed him
ball,
at that
it's
point.
fair game.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not a
Mike has
penalty.
advocated bringing knives to games, so
That is
there
wild.
you go. No, you
wanna
can do
clear.
whatever. Once you hit the ball, now obviously if you don't get the ball and you touch him,
Yeah.
that's a penalty.
Another thing I want to mention, special teams wise, this one, DeAndre Carter got hurt early, did not return. They put Isaiah Bond back there. He did not look comfortable as a punt returner.
He's
Not at all.
He's
Almost-
not a
it
punt
looked
He
like
let
he had-
balls land that he should have
Well,
caught.
he had a fair catch that should have been a return.
He's-
But yes, absolutely.
He's not a returner.
And he just didn't look comfortable catching the ball.
I don't understand. Like, how do you not have a guy who could do that job as a backup? Why is nobody prepared for that?
That's
That
why
was the
I
question-
don't trust this.
that was the
this-
question I wanted
this
to ask.
management. This is what they've built. This is
Well,
the
that's
team they've
that's
given
on the
us.
special teams coach.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it goes all the way upstairs. Who are the people they're giving you? Bubba's not selecting
No, I agree with
the
that.
players.
It's roster construction, but at the
You
same
still have
time,
to have somebody ready.
Okay, well they did.
Well, they put him out there. He wasn't
Yeah,
ready.
he didn't fumble. They didn't fumble. Like, how many rosters have 3 punt returners on it? You
Right.
got one guy that's your designated guy.
But Jason, you got to have somebody that is like prepared to do it if he needs
Okay,
to.
he wasn't good at it, but he was prepared to do it. They
It's
didn't
like if
fumble.
the punter gets hurt, someone will go out there and try their best.
Yeah, I mean-
but that's not what they do.
I'm not going to. There's plenty to kill him for. I'm not going to kill him because they don't have a backup.
I
punt
don't agree.
returner
I
right
think
now.
somebody's got to be prepared.
But they
to
were
be
prepared. Did
no,
they turn
but-
the ball over?
But he looked like he'd never done it before.
He probably never did
He
do it
probably
before.
he's not a punt returner.
But
Is there nobody else on the roster that's ever returned a punt before?
I don't know. They got
In
this.
college?
Not a lot of guys do it.
They waived Gage Laverdian for Quinshon Judkins. He was the guy who had been returning punts in preseason.
Wasn't Florio returning punts for a little bit too?
Yes, he did. He did.
Yeah, I never. He's taking up a good number. I can't believe they gave him a number 2. DeAndre Carter, bro. When he was on the sideline during the preseason, I kept being like, who is this guy that's not playing that got that nice number over there? It's like a nice car that's sitting on the street on cinder blocks. I'm like, what's wrong with that Jaguar over there? yeah, what's going on? Why ain't they in the garage or something? But yeah, the special teams. I mean, the Browns not only don't have good special teams. I seen 3 guys run kicks back yesterday, right? Like
They had
back to
one
back.
that came within a grabbed cleat at the last second to taking one 70 yards.
In the Dallas Giant game, wasn't there a kick return, a punt return for a touchdown followed
That was
by
the
a kick return
Patriots
for a touchdown?
Dolphins game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which game was that? Oh, that was the
Patriots Dolphins.
And when you're a bad team, you need some get out of jail free cards like that. Like points like that help you because you're like, okay, we need to drive the field 90-something yards. If you're a bad team, something going to happen in those 90 yards.
By the way, the Browns have lost the turnover battle in 9 straight games. I saw that from shout out to Daniel Iafusi.
And they have what, an 8-game losing streak?
Yep.
Like that's always the number one.
Yeah.
You look at the turnover battle.
And I think the
Who
Eagles
wins it, they're going to win the game.
I want to say the
often.
Eagles have like a 22 straight turnover battle win. streak or something.
At some point, Mike, we need to put on the agenda to talk about this week what's wrong with the Browns defense that they can't get turnovers.
Well, that's where we're going next. We're going to talk about the defense. Let me get a read in from BetterHelp.
I mean specifically about turnovers.
And we'll dive into all the
don't get
defensive,
'em.
the goods and bads, because they have yet to force a turnover, as Jay pointed out.
turnovers.
After a reminder that today's show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Browns fans could use some therapy right now, and maybe your barber or your barista isn't the right person to go to for some real support. That's why BetterHelp is here with over 30,000 licensed therapists, more than 10 years of experience. BetterHelp helps you get the right match, someone clinically trained and credentialed to guide you through life's challenges. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Right now, our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/LockedOn. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOn. Bull, I'm starting with you on this one because when you and I spoke yesterday on the phone, we both agreed the Browns defense, for the most part, despite giving up 41 points, played a pretty good game. I know it's hard to say they played well when they gave up 41, but I felt like, and from our conversation, I think you feel like they did a good job in certain aspects.
The defense was good.
Until it broke, and then the floodgates opened
Listen,
up.
the defense was good. It wasn't great. At times, they played great. I believe 5 of the 7 Ravens scoring drives were 30 yards or less, which means most of the time they scored, they were unable to move. They either didn't have to or were unable to move the ball very far
That's not the
down the
defense's
field.
fault.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's giving them credit.
Yeah, but you said they didn't play. I thought they played great. They held them to 240 yards.
I said they played good, not great.
Right.
Well,
I'm just
okay.
disagreeing. I thought they played great.
Ultimately, I can't go as far as great when the other team scores 41 points, even though, a good chunk of that was the offense to blame. The offense takes a good deal of the blame for when the defense kind of falls apart at the end because the offense is not doing their part. Now, the great defenses will be great the whole game, even if the offense stinks. We've seen that in the past with the really great defenses. I don't know how, we got crazy about the Browns defense 2 years ago where, Mike's putting up all these stats comparing them to all-time teams. They weren't an all-time defense. They were a very good defense. I think they're a very good defense again now. But I just don't think, and maybe they will end up being the best defense in the league this year. I don't know. I don't think we have those super elite defenses like we used to.
Bull, I think it's really hard for a defense on a bad team to be the number 1 rated defense because you kind of alluded to it there. You get beat down.
Yeah.
At some point, maybe that's why Myles Garrett's sack total goes like this as the calendar gets old. Because you just look around and say, I'm swimming upstream and I'm going backwards.
This is exact. Yesterday played out exactly what we've talked about. This is a good defense. That when you put any defense in sudden change, bad positions,
time after time after time,
this is what you're going to get.
Yeah.
They gave up a 24-yard touchdown drive off a block punt. They gave up a fumble return for a touchdown. They got nothing to do with that. And the interception led to a 5-yard drive for a touchdown. That's 21 points that is not on the defense.
Right.
Take that off the board. Look at the total yards that they gave up, and they held the Ravens to 20 points. So, it was a good effort. It was a very good effort by that. I don't blame the defense at all for you.
I don't
It's
either.
not very often you look at a game where the team gives up 41 points and you say, wow, the defense played really well yesterday. I thought the defense, there's problems in the secondary. Cam Mitchell got cooked twice. Who was it?
Miles Harden.
Thank you.
I thought
beat
Newsom
once.
played well again.
He did.
I did too.
That play that Hopkins caught that. I mean, that was good coverage.
It
What
was
are you gonna
great
do?
coverage.
Great
He made a
coverage.
great
That's
play.
just a great receiver
An
making a play.
Listen.
An MVP made an MVP play, and
Yep.
a great receiver made a great
The
play.
Browns up front. It's probably the best they've been, right?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And we all love Schlesinger. We all love Denzel. Newsom's playing well. The rest of the linebackers in secondary are not particularly good.
Here's what I'm scared of.
Bush had a nice play yesterday.
He played
2 nice plays.
I'm scared of this. I used to play, when we used to play for OU. At the time, we used to run a triple option, and I remember playing these high-powered teams, and on 3rd and 7, they're running a fullback dive.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm what it does, it
defeats you.
It makes you disgruntled. It makes you really look at your head coach as if he's one of the ops. You are helping the other team. And every time he gets up and he says something, you're rolling your eyes, you're muttering under your breath. Because at a point, you're just like, listen, you know what? I got to go to class. I got to do all this. We getting smoked. We stopping the run. We playing teams that is better than us, and we doing our part. There's one year we was top 25 and stopping the run. I'm doing my part. And you coming up here talking about, guys, we got to give more. No, you need to do your job. You and that offensive coordinator from Army. Listen, I only respect the people that's going to the wars, bro. The Army, not the football Army. I'm talking, you running option and dive. And Myles Garrett, you saw it. Myles Garrett on the sideline, sucking air. They look at him, you good, Myles? He like, man, he pulled him up on the sideline. He tell them, guys, we got to keep fighting. And like you said, when you giving up fumble recoveries and block punts, you start to look at the people around to support people like, listen, you out here actively working against me. You better figure that out. Because because at some point in time what's going to happen, I just keep saying, I don't want to say it, but if Myles Garrett gets hurt or one of these other guys that you counting on a lot get hurt, you one injury from Cam Mitchell being a starting corner.
Well, there's a lot of teams.
Awful.
There's a lot of teams in that position. There's only so many stars going around.
Yes, but not like Myles. Myles Garrett makes it to a point
Without
where
Myles Garrett, the Browns are going 0-17. If he got hurt today, they'd be 0-17.
I would
or 1-16.
or one and something.
Yeah, because the defense, which is playing great right now, would lose its leader, and you might be right.
And now we can just victimize who we want. We can run the whole playbook. So right now, when you play the Browns, the whole playbook is not open. One side of the field is probably pretty much locked down. So you say we're gonna go over here, and Greg Newsome is still playing well. If you're playing Myles Garrett up front, the protection goes one way, we double team in one way, and the tight end got to stay in. Now, I'm like, oh, tight end, you go out, do your thing. I mean, we about to run our whole playbook open. They get creative on you, right? But now, you can't really do that. So I just don't want to get it to a point where Myles and people in the defense start doing this. Hey, I'm going to be here longer than you going to be here. You didn't see my last contract? Yeah. Like, I'm here longer than you going. Like, you don't want people to check out on you like that because when that happens, it can get real nasty quick. So hopefully the offense can keep putting up some points or doing something so that the defense can stay engaged because 0-6, no defender, they starting to think about making business decisions. I ain't going to be out here getting hurt this year. I'm going to wait this out.
You're not wrong.
We saw it last year. I mean, they started out playing at a higher level defensively, and as we went on and on and on and on, it's hard to get up week in and week out.
They weren't playing defense like this at any point last year.
Yeah, I think
I'm not saying this high, but I just mean the decline as the season went on.
Yeah, it got worse. Yeah, guys get hurt.
And you get cold outside. You're a cornerback trying to tackle a running back. You're like, man, do I really want to put my shoulder into this right now? It's November 16th.
And we're 0-14.
Nah, it's hard doing that, man. And teams still got something to play for. That's the problem. If we kind of circle back and we talk about playing the rookies, at least if veterans are playing, you guarantee a certain level of professionalism, right? You guarantee a certain level of, we're going to go through the week. We've been here before. I'm a professional. This is my job. When you get rookies in, and if the rookies start performing poorly, it's a double-edged sword. Mm-hmm. If they play great, they could give you the most massive shot in the arm because you're using that youthfulness to have some excitement about you. But if they playing bad and you don't look like you can move the ball at all, they start looking at the coach again. Hey, man, did you condone this? Like they did when Deshaun Watson was playing bad last year. And people remember how mad people got. And they kept saying, hey, he gives us the best chance to win. You was like, that is unequivocally false.
False. Guess what? Ain't none of them give a chance to win.
Jason, you were in the locker room after the game yesterday. Did you get the sense that some of the defensive guys were feeling hopeless, for lack of a better word?
I think we're too early for hopeless. Frustrated for sure, yeah. Yeah, guys are frustrated. They should be. You should, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You should be. Everybody in that locker room should be frustrated, and I think they are. I don't know. Like I don't know where the hope is. I don't know where it's going to get better. Again, like we said all summer, this is not a good football team. Vegas told you this is not a good football team. It's easy to talk about that in May, June, and July about it's when you're in the fire though and you're feeling it. That's when the emotion comes out. But I'm just trying to like remove the emotion and remind you, you knew going in it was going to be bad. At least you should have. If you're being realistic, you knew that this was not going to be a good season. Well, now you're seeing it play out, and it just hurts because now you're in the moment.
There is obviously the quarterback will solve a lot of ills if they can get one or
If
have
he's doing
one.
a lot of work in that.
Yeah, a lot of work. But man, they got a lot of holes to fill in that offense. I mean,
The offensive line is
well, here's
I
the
don't know if
thing,
you have a
Rob.
single starter next year on the offensive line.
Well, here's the thing: like, if where you can like really knock these guys and Kevin, because I know like I'm the big Kevin supporter.
Yeah.
They have to do a better job of developing guys. Now, is it that they're just not picking the right guys? But like Wyatt Teller's a good example. I know Dorsey brought him here, but he was developed into a really good player. Like they got him for cheap.
Right, for nothing.
They got him for nothing. It
Yeah.
was like 2/5 or something
Yeah.
like that. And they developed him into an all-pro guard. They have to do that like now because there's only so many top picks to go around.
Right.
When you're talking, you need a left tackle, you need a quarterback, you need a playmaking wide receiver, you need another defensive back. There's only so many first-round picks that you can spend.
Well, DeJuan Jones was a big piece of clay.
He was
that
supposed
could
to
have
be
been developed into like.
And is this on him or is this on them? I don't know the answer.
I don't either, but
But-
he was clear
but
something's wrong.
It's not, and that is that's a mass. If he misses, if he's a miss, and now you've got to go out and find a left tackle. On top of you got to go out and you got to find a quarterback. Like that is a massive hole to fill. And they like the guy that they just traded for from the Rams, who was active yesterday, who
KT Levin, whatever.
yeah. Like somebody like that. I'm not saying it's going to be him.
Right.
Somebody like that.
Out of nowhere.
At
You have
some
to.
point,
Yeah.
you have to start developing
Well-
these guys. Zach Zinter,
Yeah.
another huge miss. This is a huge miss. He was a third-round pick, I think. He was supposed to be
Correct.
starting by now. He's not even active.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
And I thought last year, okay, we're going to cut him a break for last year because the offensive line coach was terrible. The coaching was terrible. The whole thing was a mess. All right, let's bring him back this year, coach him up. No, it's now going week 2. They can't even make him active.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so
By
bad.
the way, the biggest miss was the top 10 Jed Wills.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't
That
mention him.
Yeah.
destroy. When you
Yeah.
swing and miss like that
Yeah.
in top 10,
Yep.
and then you could have made up for it with DeJuan if he was a 4th-round pick and you got it. But when you miss on him, and then you miss on Zinner, and then you now it's like, okay, I know we got these 2 picks, but the scary part is if Jerry Jeudy can't catch the ball now, and the offensive line can't block now, where you put these rookies in, and the processing is slower.
Yeah.
What are you looking? How you?
And that's why I don't trust the front office to dig us out of this mess. You have blind spots at wide receiver,
O-line.
offensive line, and really you could say quarterback too, but we'll leave that
I
out.
think-
But you have a major blind spot at wide receiver and offensive line. I don't know how you get out of it with this group.
Think about this for a second. As of right now, name me, besides Jerry Jeudy, whoever he's down on right now, name me a guaranteed starter on this roster besides Jerry Jeudy that has played more than 2 NFL games.
None.
Think about that for a second.
Guaranteed.
Name a
starter.
guaranteed starter on this offense for next year
Well,
that has played,
okay.
that has
Next
played
year.
more than
Oh,
2
okay.
games.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
That has
none.
played more than 2 games. There's Jerry Jeudy is the only one.
And so
There's 10 spots. Now, obviously, I assume Harold Fannin will be the starting tight end and Judkins. I feel good about those.
okay.
But even if I add those guys 2 in, that's 3 spots. There's 8 spots where I have no idea who the starter is going to be next year.
And if you dead set on getting a quarterback, it's gonna take you to get the best one. It's gonna take you 1st-round pick next year, the 1st-round pick from the Jaguars. That's 2, and you still gonna have to get another 1st-round pick in the next year's draft to put with it. And it might be something else with that. So you telling
What do
me
you mean to get?
if it's a quarterback in the top 3 next year,
Okay.
and the Browns want to get him, They're going to have to use their 2 first-round picks next year.
They might be
saying
in the
to trade
top
up?
3.
Trade up.
They might be the first pick. They might not
I
need
feel
to.
very comfortable that they'll be in the top 3.
If you are in the top, so here's the thing. If you are in the top, that's the thing. So here's the other conundrum. If they are drafting in the top 3, their problem is, will they be the people taking the pick?
That is the issue.
What do you mean?
I think yes.
Who is selecting the
I think-
players?
If you lose enough, because here's the thing, like you said, it's easy to say in the offseason everybody's safe.
Right.
It's week 2.
Jimmy
and
could
it's-
change his mind.
It's week 2 and it's looking crazy.
Right. Jimmy could change his mind. We'll see. But the bottom line is that it's not like obviously the quarterback most important piece. You don't solve that, you don't solve anything.
Correct.
But there's so much more than that on offense.
Because you need to get somebody to protect you. They're gonna say, "Well, this kid's running for his life. We need 3 offensive linemen." But then they're gonna say, "Okay, you figured the offensive line. Well, who the heck are we throwing the football to? We have no playmakers. The field is small. What are we doing? We're gonna run the ball 100 times." So now you got to backlog and stock up on linemen and playmakers when those are your 2 biggest blind spots. Do you trust them to find?
They need a quarterback, a good wide receiver, and maybe 5 offensive linemen.
Nobody's here. As
Other
crazy
than
as it
that,
sounds,
Mrs. Lincoln, how do you enjoy the play?
I mean, listen, real
He's
quick.
not wrong, though. It's a factual
Well,
statement, but
Batonio's probably gone
gone.
last year.
Gone. For sure gone. Did you say this is his last year?
Conklin last year of his contract.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Gone.
Pochich, decision you have to make.
And he hasn't been playing well.
He has
I
not
think they
played
bring
that
Teller
well.
back. You think Teller might come back? They might sign him?
I don't.
You can't let everybody
I don't
go.
think that was the original plan, but they may have to bring Wyatt back.
Yeah.
Just because.
Who else you got?
Yeah.
And then DeWand,
I mean,
who
Deshaun Watson could beef up. You could put him as a guard. You're paying him.
DeWand yesterday missed snaps due to Kevin Stefanski. There was a heat issue. He was
Okay.
cramping up.
Mike, can you put the Steve? Can you put the camera on me for a minute? I'm going to pull a Tyvis. Listen, Andrew Berry, I got some good news for you. I got 112 plays in me. Just put my big ass. I'll play left guard, man. I got it.
Plays.
I should have played.
You got 1 play in you.
I should have
And then you gotta
played
stretch
at
it
a
in the
high
future.
school.
Hey,
My
boy.
mother did not want me to play football, and so I didn't play.
You got
I
112.
could have been a dominant guard at 5'7".
You're ready to rethink it.
And now at 54 years old, I'm ready to do it.
He's
I'll
fresh.
go-
He's fresh.
I'll go on the DeJuan Jones diet plan. Let's go. I'll lose 100 pounds.
Put that helmet on right there. Let's see if
Hey,
it
let's
fits.
go.
Hold on. Hold
No,
on.
that- Bull, you wear a size 3X helmet. There's no
probably
way that
There's
fits.
no way.
Oh,
Well, take the chin strap off first, buddy.
Look how great that looks. That couldn't look any better. I'm sorry.
It won't go on any further.
hey, listen.
Take the chin strap off.
no, it's just.
How you feel? That chin strap ain't going nowhere.
Let's go.
The issue is this coming off?
Come on.
His face is
Put me
turning
in,
red.
coach. I'm ready to play.
Hey, listen. It's only going on. It's one of them
Good job,
things.
Bull.
What's the thing that they wear? People in my neighborhood that's Jewish
guardian
wear 'em.
caps?
Yeah, those things. What's
it's
it called?
called the yarmulke.
Yeah, that's a yarmulke to you. That,
Yeah, you could
Did you
get
call
that
it
past his
yarmulke a
ears.
guardian cap?
yeah, it's guardian. I was like, man.
Telling you, I got a couple hundred plays in me there, Andrew.
Gee,
I'll put my life on the line to play guard to protect.
Can you imagine Bull as a pulling guard?
That'd be so fun. By the way,
I would
the only thing, hey, Jason,
by the way-
Jason, the only thing Bull's pulling if he on a counter play is
a
his
hamstring.
hamstring.
true
Brings a
enough,
new meaning to pulling
dude.
guard.
Funniest thing, the last time I ever played any kind of organized type of football,
Yeah.
I played in a flag football league in my 30s, right?
Okay.
We played a flag football, right? We got this team, and I'm like, and I was like in decent, like okay shape then. Like
Yeah.
I was overweight, but not this overweight.
You just husky.
I was feeling good. I'm like,
Yeah.
let's go, let's run the ball. I'm gonna knock people on their ass. I am gonna knock people on their ass. I'm ready to go. First play from scrimmage.
Thank you and goodbye. That's the end of UCS.
First play from scrimmage. What did I do? I knocked somebody on their ass.
Yeah.
Somebody was trying to get it. I knocked him on his ass. So I'm like, by the third play on offense, I'm rolling. Like, I got 2 good blocks. I'm good. Third play, I'm like, swear to God. I said, all right, guys, I'm pulling out. I was on the right side of the line. I'm going to pull out.
He's
I'm going to
calling
go
his own
left.
plays.
I said, follow me up the sideline. We're getting a touchdown. Follow me up that sideline. Let's go.
Something pulled.
I pulled. Pop. Both quads. Both quads. On the third play of game. That was it.
So Bull's playing
Career over. That was 20 years ago.
Bull's playing career ended on a pull play, and he may have just pulled the plug on
I put
UCSS
2 quads.
with some of his
That's the
words
Vince
there.
McMahon. Vince McMahon running into the ring. Just sitting there.
The one on my right
I'm going to
leg.
need a stretcher.
The one on my right leg, I still, every once in a while, feel some soreness in there.
So good, man.
All right, guys, let's move
Sad
on.
but
We're
true.
going to talk a little more Browns in a sec. We got to give the Guardians some love, though, because they are red hot right now. We'll talk Guardians, brought to us by Upside. Are you still paying full price for gas? Well, stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or on Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump. Use the limited time promo code touchdown to get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year just from buying gas you already needed. I thought it was too good to be true, but it's totally legit. Don't let this offer drive by. Download the free Upside app now using promo code touchdown for a limited time 25 cent per gallon bonus. That is promo code touchdown. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. Guardians swept the White Sox this week, guys. The issue is the other teams in the wild card race alongside Cleveland, they keep winning too. They're 2.5 games back in the wild card, half a game behind
did lose
Texas,
yesterday,
and Houston has that final spot. But, Bull, how you feeling about the Guards now, who are winners of at least 3 in a row? Is it 9 of the last 10? And they take
9
on
of 10,
Detroit
yeah.
starting
9 of 10.
tomorrow.
I got to tell you, I got to give him a lot of credit. I'm not a huge Steven Vogt guy because I hate how he's used Kyle Manzardo for most of the season. And I want him in the lineup for every game for the final, was it 13 games?
Yeah.
I want
13,
him.
correct.
I want him in. Stop batting C.J. Kafis 8th. Why is he hitting 8th?
I know.
Guardians have the worst 5, 6, and 7 in the history of baseball. Besides that, but despite that,
Well, yesterday, Bo Naylor beat the White Sox by
you know,
himself.
got his monthly big game.
Yeah, well, I'll take it.
I
He
got the
needed
batting average up to a solid
it.
180.
Boy, that home run.
Yeah. He had 3 ribbies.
He missed catching that by about 3
I mean,
inches.
this guy's third on the team in homers with 12 homers. 35 RBIs. But anyway, I don't want to dwell on the negative. I want to dwell on the positive. Positive is they've won 9 of 10. The positive is they're, for the most part, pitching their ass off. The positive is Cade Smith looks like a really good closer right now.
Yeah.
He's barely given up any base runners lately after some, troubles early when he first took over for Class A. They're playing so well right now. I thought they would completely fall apart down the stretch and finish under 500. They are not going to finish under 500. And as big a long shot as it is, the division's in play.
Say it.
The division now they have to sweep all 6 games.
100%.
All 6. Can't win
Yes.
5 of 6.
And that would still put them a half game behind the Tigers.
And that would still put it. Well, yeah. I mean, at least.
Yeah.
Or well, not necessarily.
if-
It depends.
if
But
they-
there's games in between.
Sure. No, yeah. If
Right.
Just look at the 6.
Just those 6.
Yeah. And
Crazier-
they're not going to do that because
They're probably not.
Detroit has who?
Although Scuba got hurt,
No, wait. He's not going to miss anything, though, is
is
he?
he not going to miss any time?
No, he's not.
No.
He's scheduled to pitch Thursday.
Yeah.
against
I heard it
the-
wasn't bad, but he's. Oh, he
His
is.
MRI
Good.
came back clean.
He's good.
All right, they're lucky there, but you know what? He's not unbeatable. As good as he is, we beat him in the playoffs last year.
I don't
The
know how
deciding
they
game.
did that.
So, Guardians, you want to shock us and shut everybody up that like me that was ripping you early in the season? Let's go. Win all 6 against the Tigers. But either way, you got a chance. Now, the Mariners are playing great and the Rangers are playing great.
Yeah.
The Astros are not playing very well right now, but you
They're
got to
falling
pass.
like a rock.
If you can't catch the Tigers, which obviously is unlikely, you've got to pass 2 of the 3 teams.
Boston's in play.
But yeah, and you play Texas those last 3 games of the year.
It might come down to that.
Yeah.
I hope it
That could
does.
be a big series.
Now,
a huge
I still, if I had to bet, the odds are 2.5 games is a decent amount this late in the season.
It is.
It's not impossible though.
The
gotta-
other thing
you
is,
gotta
and we've talked about this on the show, it's not just the gap.
Yeah.
It's the number of teams that you have to overcome.
Right. You have to overcome 2 teams.
Yeah, and-
unless you take
and-
care of business with the Tigers, which is going
Right.
to be
Now,
very
now
hard.
finally, you can exhale with the Rays and
Rays
the
and Royals are done.
You can finally exhale on those 2. But you still have to pass 2 teams. You can't just pass one. That
Right.
gets you in the 4th spot. You got to pass 2 teams. Is that possible? It is very possible. I wonder if you can answer this question for me, Jay. Whose decision was it to go to the 6-man rotation? Was that Carl? Was it Voter? I don't know who made this. I imagine ultimately it was a group decision. What I would love to know was who raised their hand and said, I've got it. Let's give these arms. All these guys are at career highs on innings.
Yeah.
I could see this coming in August, or in late July, early August. I said, we're going to be in for a rough September because these guys are all going to max out on their innings. Somebody, maybe it was front office, I don't know. Some smart individual raised their hand and said, let's go to a 6-man rotation. And most teams couldn't even think of doing that. You know, you've got 3 good starters.
Somebody else just did that. What other team just did that? Somebody else just did
Houston
that.
was doing it for a while, but they've had some injuries.
I think there's a couple
the
teams
Mets
this year.
The Mets are going
hasn't
to
worked out
That's
for
not the
Mets.
one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
They're not playing well.
No, they're playing
I'll
awful,
tell you,
but
I feel like there's a couple teams this
the
year. that have
beauty
done
of it
that.
I will tell you.
is, and it's probably going to become a trend. I mean, if you've got the depth to do it, then do it.
That's hard to have the depth.
Nobody does, but
Yeah.
this team does. And what it does, Bull, and you'll understand this because you're stretching. Obviously, you're stretching everybody out another 24 hours. When you're talking about recovery for pitching, and you're on an every 5-day routine of literally tearing tissue in your elbow and your shoulder, and your body is rapidly racing to repair that. Yes, it can repair it in 3 days. You start to feel stronger. 4 days you can throw strong. Why in the playoffs they always show this stat? Well, on 3 days rest, he goes from a 3.1 ERA to a 5.6.
Yeah.
There's a very science reason for that. Your arm isn't ready to go yet. So if it's a negative impact that way, it's a positive impact when you give yourself a full 24-hour cycle extra
Yeah.
for all of that torn tissue in your elbow and your shoulder to repair. I've done it my whole life. I know that when I miss a week and I come back and I'm on 14 days, I tell my catcher, I go, I'm going to put you through the backstop. I feel like I can throw 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I know, and I'm old. These guys are young, but they still need that extra day. So the decision to do that is save their season, in my view. Their starting pitchers, every last one of them, are going out there and giving them a great effort. Now, what sucks about this is we're off today. They play tomorrow. Casey Mize is having a great season. So right off the bat, but it's a winnable matchup. Cantillo, he's looked great.
He's terrific. Yeah.
He's looked great. So, and the formula the last couple of games has been the same. It's 2-1, 1-0. You pick up a run late, and then Cade Smith comes in and slams the door. I don't think that's going to be possible against Detroit. You're going to have to score more runs against Detroit.
Yeah, and I know you can talk about Clase all we want, but where would the Guardians be if they had traded for a legitimate bat? Or gotten a legitimate bat.
I know.
Which is the Mets are the only contending team that's running with the 6.
They
were for a little
I think
bit,
Houston
but
did it for a while.
They've had so many injury
They had
issues.
to.
See, the problem with the 6-man rotation, I don't know if the Guardians are in this position, but let's take the Tigers.
Yeah, I know
You
you're
want
saying.
Skubal out there
Right,
as much
right,
as
right.
possible.
Listen, if you've got a Skubal type, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Because you need him out there as much as you possibly
Yeah.
can.
The
as much as
Dodgers
you're
would
gonna
do
race.
it but they have so many injured
But
pitchers
here's the
right
thing,
now.
guys. Answer this question with 100% certainty. Who is their ace?
They don't have one.
Yeah.
And that's why you can do it. If you had, if
I
Gavin
think Gavin Williams is
Gavin
their
Williams
ace.
is the guy that I would say,
But he's
if
not
I'm going to a
Skubal.
playoff
Yeah.
series and everybody's on rest, then he gets the ball. But, I don't know there's another team in baseball that can say you could throw any one of 3 or 4 guys out there. And now, obviously not for the whole season, but these guys are pitching lights out. Carl's a genius. Carl is to pitching coach what our offensive line coach, Callahan, was to that.
I disagree, Jay.
I think he's a genius.
No, not about him. I'm just saying there are other teams that could throw 3 guys out there.
There are, but not that are 78 and 71. What it drives home to me, Bull, is, and you just mentioned it.
Yeah.
Our offense isn't bad. It is historically bad.
Oh, God.
Your number 3, your third most potent bat in the lineup has 12 home runs and 35 RBI, and you're in this thing. Why?
Yeah.
Because you've got 5 starting pitchers, 6 that you can throw out there and say, God, we got a chance to win. All we got to do is score 2 or 3.
The Guardians are like a better version of the Browns. Great pitching,
Great defense.
no offense.
Yeah, right.
No
You're right.
offense.
You're right.
And, Jose's doing his thing, having another really good year. He's going to finish top 6 of the MVP as he always does.
Yep.
Manzardo's had a nice season. Obviously, even Quan hasn't really had a good season. He's been okay. Second half, he's been lousy.
Well, he made a great catch yesterday
did.
that probably ended up having an impact on the game.
And I think
if he doesn't do it, a run scores.
And I like the potential that Kafis has shown. I don't like anybody else in the lineup. Nobody else does anything for me.
There's very little going on.
So
there.
I mean, to me, they have 5 holes in the lineup minimum going into next year.
So that's my point.
Yeah.
Like, I know that there are probably other teams that could throw 3 starters out there, and you got a really, really good chance of winning. But with this offense, what they've pulled off, with this offense, guys, I'm reminded every day when I can look at the whole thing and see all of the numbers. Yesterday at the ballpark, when they put up the starting lineup, I looked at it and I'm like, how are they doing this?
I mean, go back to Hosey. Can you throw Hosey stats?
Hosey's not having a Hosey year.
I mean, look at his RBIs because nobody's on base.
Yeah, but that's not his fault.
But I'm
I
not
know.
saying that.
Right.
But I mean, your best player is 77 RBIs.
And he got
It's
28
unheard
home
of.
runs.
It's unheard of.
Can you guys guess? I was just looking this up. Bo Naylor, you're right, is third on the team with 12 home runs, Bull. Who do you think's third in RBIs?
Quan.
No, because he hits leadoff and 7, 8, 9.
Oh,
have been
I know who's
historically
third
bad.
in RBIs. It's Carlos Santana.
I was going to say
Nailed
that.
it.
Yeah, gone.
Do you know who, if you take Santana out, who is third?
Well, Manzardo is second.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Rocchio, I saw, was getting up there quietly.
Rocchio is 1, 2,
Gabe Arias.
6.
And he was in the minors.
I'll say Quan.
Arias and Quan are tied for third with 48
That
RBIs.
is nasty work.
48.
You got 2 players on your roster with more than 50 RBI. You're in the pennant race, and it's mid-September.
I don't think Santana's gotten 1 hit for the Cubs. Not that he's played much.
And
but.
the other thing about Carl Willis, why I say that about him, like, if you would have just put a blanket over the names and figured that we were here and not known anything about the past, you would say, oh, wow, Bieber and McKenzie must have really hit their strides, and they must be A-plus front-of-the-rotation guys, like in the Cy Young category.
Yeah.
Both of those guys are out of the mix, and Carl has taken 6 guys, and I'm telling you, these changeups that these guys are throwing, I give that to Carl. They're throwing, like, plus quality changeups.
And even Bybee, who was their best pitcher last year, has been the worst of their pitchers.
Yeah.
He has been. You're right. I think you're right. He has been.
He was bad. Last start was good, but
To your point about
great.
Carl, and I've mentioned this before, teams have raided Cleveland trying to find the secret sauce to their pitching.
It's Carl Willis.
And Ruben Niebla went to the
Yep.
Padres. Matt White is Yankees pitching coach. Teams keep coming to Cleveland like, we got to figure
What
out
are you
what they know
doing?
about pitching. We got to take their guys.
Yeah.
And yet the Guardians just keep
I
going.
have never seen anything like this in baseball, where an organization consistently over a long period of time is the top of the league, the top 5 in developing one part of the game and bottom 5 in the other. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Just imagine if they were just middle of the road. Just give them middle of the road offense.
Well,
what they could do with this
we were
team.
talking about that earlier in the summer. For as much as they like to stay internal with everything, it's time to go to the Dodgers and find a hitting guru,
Right.
or overhaul the hitting side of things.
Yeah.
By going to the Dodgers or
Some-
even Tampa. Go somewhere that is having success developing hitters. And figure out what they're doing and try and bring that secret sauce here.
Yeah,
Nuggets, what is
Cabanero and Yandy would look good in Guardians.
What is the percentage chance that they make the playoffs? Is that out yet?
It's got to be like
it's up into
15%.
I think it's higher than that now.
Oh.
I mean, at 2.5 games out,
I'd put them. I don't know what the exact. I'd put them around 20.
I would say 25.
Yeah.
And you know what I would factor into that is how they've been playing. I think you've got to.
But
take
they
that
have a
into
tough
account.
schedule.
According to
right, but Jay, the problem is Texas and Seattle playing just as well.
Yeah.
according
That's
to
the problem with
Fangraphs-
having so many teams in that mix.
Yeah. What's that?
But they've got
According to
3 with Texas.
Go ahead, Mike.
According to Fangraphs,
Yeah.
which does have the make playoff percentage, the Guardians are at 11.5%.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's way
lower than
Whoa, I thought it
You know
was
what
up
they-
25.
Here's what they don't take into account. They're just doing a formula of
Sure,
they're
winning
not taking into
percentages
account
and-
how they're playing. They're not taking.
I don't know that
all
they're
of
not
that
taking
into
into
account. They
account.
don't. I mean, ESPN didn't with theirs.
They're
with
doing,
their playoff
winning
projections.
percentages, winning percentage. Of
Right,
your
but again,
opponents.
the Mariners and Rangers are playing just as well, and they've got to pass at least one of those teams.
Yeah, but all they can do, and when they factor that in, is they can look at who you play.
Right.
And obviously, if you're playing all bottom feeders, that's going to increase your percentage. But there's no place in this formula for the fact that you've won 9 of 10 and that your pitchers are all hitting. they're hitting
Right,
on
but I'm
all their
saying the
pitching
Rangers
cylinders.
and Mariners have also won 9 of 10.
Sure, right.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I think,
that would matter being hot. That's why.
yeah, it would. It still matters. They're
no,
not.
but you're
they're not-
saying it's not being factored in, but it's also not being factored in for Texas and Seattle.
No, exactly. It's
Yeah,
not. No,
yeah.
I'll agree with that. There's no place in the formula for what they're currently doing. And by the way, it's probably appropriate that there's not, because for every 9 wins in 10 games that the Guardians have played, they've also gone on stretches where they've lost 9 of 10.
Right.
So,
if they got what? So 9 of their final 13 are against the Tigers and the Rangers.
Yeah.
And then they
And
got
then
what?
Minnesota's in the middle.
4 at Minnesota. Was just
which
a disaster.
you would think you could
Only
get
3
fat on
with
that.
Minnesota?
What's that?
No, I think it's 4.
Well, it's only 3 days. They're not
No,
playing a
I think there's a doubleheader. Is there a
Oh,
doubleheader in there
there's a doubleheader,
somewhere?
yeah.
One
I'll
of these
confirm
is
for you.
because there's 13 games left, right?
Right.
So there's got to be a 4-game series in there somewhere, and I
Right,
think
right.
it
It
is
is. There's a
Minnesota.
doubleheader with Minnesota.
They had a
on
rain out at
Saturday.
Minnesota
okay,
early
yep.
in the year that they're going to make up.
All right. Now, Minnesota's terrible.
Yeah.
They are. And,
So
you
you're gonna
you
have
should do to Minnesota what you just did to Chicago.
When they had 18 games left, I said they had to go at least 12-6. They have to go better than that because
Yeah.
they've won 9 of 10 and they really haven't gained any ground.
Yeah. I know we talked about it upstairs, and I
Yeah.
said they got to go 14-4.
So
That's what I felt at that point.
Okay,
With
so
18
now they
to go,
gotta
had to
go-
go 14-4.
14. That was with 18 games. So right now, there's with 13 games left. I
You
think
got to
they got
go
to
10
win
and
at
4.
least 10.
10-4.
10-3.
10-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know
10-3.
if that's going to be enough.
It'd be a shame if
That
it's
would be a
not.
shame if they went
and what it would
88.
really drive home to me is
Yeah.
you were in this thing until the very end with the worst offense I have ever seen in my fandom of being a Cleveland Indians fan, Guardians
they're-
fan.
I mean, they're-
and it goes back to the 70s when we would lose 100 games routinely, but we always had 3 or 4 sticks in the lineup that
Yeah.
were the Andre Thorntons of the 70s. And then even in the early 80s, when you were still awful, you had Joe Carter and Corey Snyder. You had guys. We've got a playoff caliber team with a 29th or 30th ranked offense.
Nah, probably not that bad. But
I don't know,
like
where
20.
are they, Bull?
Well,
Where are we in runs scored? I think we're dead last in the American League.
Colorado and the White Sox don't have they don't even have major league lineups.
No, they don't. I mean,
the Guardians, half of their lineup's not major league either. But
I want to see
Guardians
where
don't
we are.
even have-
In runs scored, we got to be 14th in the American League.
Well, they're not even last in their division, but they are 14th in the American League.
Yeah, well, because Chicago.
No,
So-
the Royals.
Oh, yeah. You know what? The other day I did hear when they were talking about the Royals
Yeah.
on the radio, they said the Royals and the Guardians are dead last in the American League in runs scored.
27th overall, Jay.
27th. It's inexcusable.
yeah, ahead of the Rockies, right?
Rockies, the Royals, and
Ahead of the Rockies, the Royals, the Pirates.
Oh yeah, the Pirates.
the
also
Pirates. I
stinks,
forgot
too.
about the Pirates.
I think the Pirates are all time. They just stay down there.
Well, the Pirates are a poor man's Guardians. Their pitching's
Yeah,
actually
their pitching's
pretty
pretty good.
Skeens is incredible.
They're
They don't
a
have-
worse version of
They
the
don't
Guardians.
have a bullpen like
No,
the
but they've got the
Guardians
best pitcher in the group.
do. Oh, Skeens
Clearly.
is unbelievable.
Yeah, Skeens is incredible.
Unbelievable. He's
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 fantastic.
gonna win a Cy
All right,
Young.
guys, we have a
Terrible
record number
team.
of super chats, so we got to get to our super chats today. 2 reads before we bring in your guys' comments. First is Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. With football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes all in less than 60 seconds. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code LOCKEDONNFL for 50 in lineups after you play your first 5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. This Super Chat segment also brought to you by FanDuel. The NFL season is almost here. FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet $5, and if that bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. So are you ready to play? If you are, download the FanDuel app right now by visiting FanDuel.com/UCSS to get started. That is FanDuel.com/UCSS. All right, guys, we appreciate everyone's super chats. I'm going to read all of these, and we can react when I tell you it's time to react. We're going to get through these to make sure we get them all in, and then we will pick and choose a few to react to them. D4L Josh said, Jay said he just wanted to be entertained by the Browns. Bill Rodewalt says, where would the current Buckeyes wide receiver room rank in the NFL? And projecting forward, would you rather take the current Browns roster plus their draft picks for the next 4 years, or the current Buckeyes roster projected 4 years from now? Answer that one real quick.
NFL is always better than college every time.
What did be saying 4 years from now?
Yes, you have Caleb Downs in his third year in the NFL. You'd have Julian Sayin in his.
I see what he's saying.
Oh yeah, give me the Buckeyes.
Yeah,
Look at their wide receivers.
Yeah, I would take.
Look at the Buckeyes wide receivers over the last 5 years and what they're doing
Julian
in the NFL.
saying, is he an NFL quarterback?
I don't know, but they've got. I mean, Caleb Downs. You've got a lockdown corner
They got
that.
Tate.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of those guys are not going to be in the NFL, though.
Correct.
No, a lot of them won't, but a lot of the Browns guys won't either.
I'd still take the Browns, but it's probably way closer than it should be.
It's a fun debate. Keep going.
NP Barlow says Zach Zinter, drafted to be the heir apparent to Joel, was a healthy scratch, but we trust AB to pick our next quarterback.
I don't.
Zinter's a bust.
Bill Rodewalt says one massive mistake killed us. It's not just Deshaun, but all the draft picks we lost.
Yeah.
Terrell says Bull is right about Stefanski and Barry, thinking they're the smartest guys in the room. The two Ivy League guys suck, and the one real football guy in Jim Schwartz is the only guy I hope to keep when the next regime takes over.
Boy, that's crazy to have that conversation. We talk about, is the new coach going to keep Jim Schwartz? Get ready for those conversations.
Curtis Reeser says it's time for Dylan Gabriel, ... after Green Bay. Brad Schrack says, I know it's just one drive, but Gabriel isn't a statue, and he operated the offense no worse than Flacco did. It's time for Dylan.
It's garbage time. You can't put anything into that. It was good experience for him.
Yeah, but somebody going to be game planning for you, bro.
EBGB says, I think it's time to take Joe out back.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
Dang, homie.
Come on, man.
Can we not read that?
Miss Bell 70
Can we
says,
not read nonsense like that in the future?
if I had time to go through and read all 48 of these beforehand and not read them on the fly, then maybe.
All right, it's in
All right,
poor
go.
taste.
Go.
It's all right. Go ahead.
Miss Bell 70 says Flacco is 2 ass away from retiring, so used to losing that you won't try rookies because they'll lose. Insane. Keep ignoring Shador, losing until then. Terrell says if you guys haven't watched G. Bush's 2-hour post-game show on the Barbershop, it was a movie, no lies told. Sean McKenzie said nothing is ever going to change. The Haslams have learned the Bidwell doctrine. You can field a losing team and will make money as long as the fans keep showing up. I don't know what the Bidwell doctrine is, do you?
He's the former owner of the Cardinals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every Browns fan should cancel their season tickets right now, but they won't.
No, they're not. Why would you do that? It's a religion.
I know.
No one cancels their religion. They just fight harder.
People do, and they sometimes should.
Sometimes. Losing My Religion is a great song. Who sang that? R.E.M.?
R.E.M.
Yeah, R.E.M.
Yeah.
DB Dog 21 says, Gee, as you know the only way to get ready is to play. You believe in Dylan, then play him now. He'll eventually have to play against top defenses, so he should get it over with. Purdy did it. It's the NFL.
Yeah, they didn't wait on Brock. Hey, you got to play.
There are no easy games in the NFL. It's not
None.
an easy game.
Yeah, especially when
No,
somebody's
but
game
as G.
planning
Bush
for you.
says, there's levels to it.
Now there are levels. Now back in the day, they used to have to play against the Ravens with Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and your boy Sackmaster Terrell Suggs and Haloti Nada. Now that was devastating. On the same squad.
Did you guys see the video, the quick video of? It was from many years ago when Chad Johnson tried to take out Ray Lewis with a block.
Yeah. And he instantly
But
lost.
did you hear with the audio?
Yeah. I heard with all that. He lost.
That's an all-timer.
He lost a lot of life points.
And Ray Lewis didn't even see him coming.
He was like, "Hey man."
Yeah.
Sneak up on him.
Oh my God. Go ahead, Mike.
Next one, Brett Watson says, losing organizations draft players that don't fit the personnel and don't address it and only hope to make moves to save their jobs. We have no hope.
What is that? But what does that mean in
doesn't
this
make
case?
sense.
Like,
Just
what
keep
is?
going.
Yeah.
No idea.
All right.
Lehigh says, say it with your chest, G.
Yes, sir.
Lohi says, Jesus needs to get Ernest Angley Palm out for this organization. If you know, you know.
Who's that?
Ernest Angley shot.
Yeah.
Ernest Angley,
He would heal people.
evil spirits, come out!
Yeah, listen.
Oh, he was
And then
theater.
People
would pass-
fall for these people.
would pass
Oh,
out.
That
people
Jerry
sent them
Falwell.
money.
He was an
Money.
actor.
What's
He was
that
an
clown
actor.
down in Texas that has millions of dollars that people give money to?
You saw Joel
many of
Osteen?
them.
Joel
Jerry
Osteen,
Jones?
he's
Many.
disgusting. Oh,
Hey man,
gross.
listen. There's a lot, man. Televangelist is a
disgusting.
big time
disgusting.
business.
Go ahead, Mike.
Terrell says, the longer they hold off the rookies, the more likely they are to convince Jimmy they need another year to get a full evaluation and stay. Coco Rex says, Bull, you always call the Cavs soft with their injuries, so is Joe Burrow soft?
Bull said something earlier. I'll give him credit for it. I came in early. I wanted to check his temperature. He said, I might. Now, he was crazy for saying this. He said, I might have to demote Joe Burrow because he can't stay healthy.
Well, I wouldn't call him soft. Football is a different sport than basketball. Guys are actually getting hit, unlike basketball. Basketball players generally seem soft to me a lot of times these days, not like back in the day. But it's probably unfair. But no, Joe Burrow's not soft, but I'm taking him out of my elite category because he can't stay on the field. Whether it's his fault or not.
He said, I was like,
out.
Okay.
He's out. He's out.
That's fair. Christopher Waite says this team has no fire or desire, no killer instinct. Stefanski is weak. You think Dan Campbell or Mike Tomlin would let them celebrate 30 years on us like that?
Fire and designer. Shout out to Tina Marie.
Vernell Jackson says 8 losses in a row, still have jobs. Diabolical, crazy work.
Yeah, the work is getting back. Listen, this is only week 2, fellas. It's only week 2.
Long season.
Tyvis' 8-9 prediction's not looking good.
Oh.
No. Aaron Trucking says, just like AB came in and adopted Dorsey's best players, the next GM can come in and do the same. There's no excuse to keep a GM and coach who haven't performed.
Hey, boy, listen, they can use that as bait to get a crazy GM. You got 2 first-round picks and Judkins in them? You might get somebody that don't even want to be here. Oh.
The Hot Saucers says, thank God for fantasy football. Makes Sunday still enjoyable as a Browns fans. Having interest in other games keeps football fun.
Although I finally got Burrow in one of my leagues this year, and now I'm screwed up.
Alex says, I'm not a Browns fan, but found you guys being a Shador fan. Now I watch every day. It makes me feel better about being a Cowboys fan.
Thanks, Alex.
Hey, we appreciate you.
Yeah,
y'all be doing
You're
a lot,
mess.
too.
James Mace Jr. says, I know in 2025 it doesn't look like it, but I still believe the Browns will make the AFC Championship game in the next 3 years.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my
Good
God.
luck with that.
Man, that Kool-Aid, man, listen, let me get you a Kool-Aid Mafia towel, bro. Just let me get you a towel because you holding it down for all of us, and I'm the president.
The Cleveland Bearcat says nobody wants to hear it, but Jason's been right all along. Being dead inside is the only way to properly cover the Browns.
That's fair. I don't know what specifically he's talking about, but there's some truth there.
Yeah. He said he's dead inside.
Reggie the Bug Glover says, I became a Browns fan in 1978 at 6 years old when I figured out how to turn on NBC. Unfortunately, I cannot defend them, but I do have to watch because they will get it right eventually. Hashtag diehard.
My dad used to say the same thing, and he just turned. Shout out to Ronald Bush. He turned 70.
Reggie was the one, I believe, who told us last week it was just week 1 hiccups, and they'd be fine. So,
Well, now it's week 1 vomit.
yeah.
And the score was worse than we
Week
all
2
predicted,
vomit.
and we predicted blowouts.
Yeah.
I said 31-13.
Yeah, it was not pretty.
And
Miss
we
Bell
outgained
70
them by
says, keep stifling a
240
quarterback
yards
like
offense.
Shador, having faith in an old lousy offense and kicker, hope in a potential backup QB is asinine and losing is inevitable. Vernell Jackson says, DeWand isn't the problem, the stiff quarterback is.
Well, DeWan's playing like garbage. Now, it's only 2 games. He can turn it around, but right now he's playing like garbage.
DeWand, his run block game is
It's rough.
His pass block game ain't no better.
it's not. It ain't looking good, bro. And by the way, I'm not no disrespect because people got health stuff, but you can't be having heat exhaustion. Kevin said it earlier. Like, you listen, we want you to play while it's hot out here.
Kevin's covering for him.
That's what he's saying.
Kevin's covering for him.
Dragon the Abandoner says, maybe the Ravens just have a really good defense. LOL.
I just did a little division problem to figure out how many yards it took the Ravens to get a point. I don't know if you guys have ever used that formula. For every 5.8 yards the Ravens got yesterday, they scored a point.
Oh, wow.
That's depressing.
I've been doing this little division for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything approaching
crazy.
that.
Yeah.
Pranav Karod says this game was a preview of an entire season. Even Josh Allen would fail in this offense. Kevin is no genius.
he
Look at
wouldn't.
the 49ers. Mac Jones is like a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Browns,
Reggie the
by the
Bug
way,
Glover.
the Browns would be 2-0 with Josh Allen right now.
Reggie the Bug Glover says, Bull, I got you, bro. I'm 53. I bet I can kick a field goal.
Let's go.
Evan419 says, here's $2 for Bull's FCC fine for that F-bomb.
We're just trying to forget about that.
We're not on the
We're not
FCC roll.
broadcasters.
Grand YouTube channel says, play Shador with the ones. He's the franchise quarterback. Mick McGee says, are the Bengals the cheapest force organization in the NFL? They didn't have a medical cart for their
I heard
franchise.
that. Is that true?
That's not true.
$200 million quarterback.
So they did-
Wait,
so they
wait,
did have a
I got a few
medical
more.
card.
Hold on.
Every team
Hold on.
That's what I
Hold on.
thought.
Christopher Waite says Barry, Stefanski, and Watson are right up there with Modell in my book. So much damage to this franchise with no consequences. Christian says give Brian Rocchio credit. He's been really good since he got called back up. Derek Sullivan says some of Kevin's play designs are a problem. Can someone explain to me why on a crucial 3rd and 4th down we're running curl outs 3 yards behind the line to gain? And Blue says appreciate the Browns trying to develop these quarterbacks and put them in good positions. At the end of the day, little draft capital was invested. They're not quarterbacks taken in early rounds. Why wait, especially when you're taking one next year?
That's right.
What was the Burrow thing? I didn't see that.
They were saying that there's no card available, so he had to walk.
Yeah, that's what someone. I didn't see it. Someone texted that
Yes.
to me. Yeah,
Every,
okay.
every
walk.
NFL stadium.
Yeah, that's
has
what I
cards.
thought. I thought it was mandatory.
He
But someone
wanted
texted
to
me they don't
walk.
have
He didn't
one.
want to be carded off.
Correct.
And then eventually he realized he couldn't walk anymore, and so the trainers helped him.
Yeah.
They have a card. Of course they have a card.
Well, listen, the fact that some believed that, because if there was a team that wouldn't do it, it would be the Bengals.
Well, to be fair, and I've killed the Bengals a million times. They have spent a lot of money the last couple of years.
Hey, man.
They've had to keep this roster.
Listen, man, people don't understand what that credit card look like for millionaires and billionaires. Like, that credit card has no limit. What are you talking about? We laugh a joke, but when you got to pay somebody, that money is in escrow and it's hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right,
Don't act like they in the food stamp line.
We'll see you in overtime in 3 minutes right here on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
Peace.
Peace.